Good Friday morning, Friday, 11/7/11/2025. and welcome to a 3-hour special edition of the Georgia Hour. So if you're out there from sea to shining sea and you're used to 8 a.m. to 10 a.m. being national, international news and commentary, and then at 10 o'clock we start the Georgia Hour, this is a special 3-hour edition of the Georgia Hour. Now, two things. I'm your host, BKP. You're watching the Georgia Hour, currently usually BKP Politics on voiceofruralamerica.com, but the Georgia Hour. Welcome, Diane, to this broadcast. If you're out there internationally or across the country, do not turn off this program. This special, we call it the Big Bang of Corruption, and pieces are flying everywhere in Georgia, and of all places, the Republican Party. And if you're out there across the country, do not turn the program off now. Stay tuned, because this is a national story. It's a national story. It will make the networks. It'll make the networks. It's already made the Associated Press and other publications. We have talked about it. We've called the corruption out for years. We have laid it out every day on this show. People have thought maybe the Georgia Hour was getting a little boring because we were talking about the Frost family from First Liberty Building and Loan, and how long were we going to do that? I'm just going to say it like this. I'm going to be very bold today. I knew every single minute of every single day of every single segment this was coming, and I knew how large this would become and continue to be, this story. And as usual, this broadcast is ahead of most things when it comes to that. Just say it like that. So you don't want to turn it off. We're going to be here for 3 hours. Now, on today's program, we are going to talk about the collapse, the $140 million Ponzi scheme created, I'm going to say, the Frost family, and I will explain why I say the family. You cannot. We will have people say, well, that's just wrong. No, it's not. Okay? The Frost family, they present themselves today. If you're new to the program or you only watch the first 2 hours, this is a group. They are a family, and they do everything and present themselves as the hook. We'll show you what the hook means. This family puts out and always has. Now, they put it out in Georgia politics. Brant the fourth, Brant the fifth, Krista, the mother, okay, the mother, Katie, and the other young ladies. They push them out. They have groomed them, and they've been running a Ponzi scheme. They have been running a Ponzi scheme for years. So the SEC, Friday before last, this is Friday morning, shut them down. FBI shut them down. Boom, business over, closed. We had a lot of people go online and say, well, how do you know they're under FBI investigation? And look, I'm going to say this is just the beginning, and I'll tell you why. So on today's program, we're going to give you the details. We're going to give you the people of interest. Today's going to be a little different, all right? We're going to give you the people of interest. We're going to name names. We're going to name who we think, with a question mark, is involved or has connections to. We're going to ask for resignations, right? We're going to ask for resignations of certain people. We are going to ask, right, for investigations. I'll give you an example. I'm going to start the show with an example right now. Give me number. Good morning, Diane. Now, most of you woke up this morning or last night. I think it dropped around 8 o'clock, but give me number 77. And this is going to be the core of today's program, number 77. We're going to lay everything out. It's going to be a 3-hour show, and it's going to be full for the next 3 hours. The SEC charges Georgia-based First Liberty Building and Loan and its owner for operating a $140 million Ponzi scheme. Now, a Ponzi scheme, corruption, crooks, all right? But there's two things here. This is going to be large. They did it under the name of the Lord. Brant Frost IV and family and associates inside, okay, you will see today, did this under the name of the Lord, the name of conservative politics, the name of Republican, and the name of the Georgia GOP Inc. and the Georgia Republican Assembly. They did. And we're going to show you that. $140 million Ponzi scheme. We hear approximately 300 people or investors. Husband and wife would be too. 300 investors, 140. Now, this is the tip, okay? Because I'm going to give you my first call for a resignation early on so you can see. Now, and then we're going to get into the family, the ties, and what's taking place, and what I perceive is coming in the future. Investigations. You remember the first story that came out in the AJC's very first story, Greg Bluestein called me for a quote, and I said, only if you put it in. And in the article, don't forget, in the article, Greg Bluestein of the AJC wrote my quote, I have asked, well, I'll call it a quote, I don't have it in front of me, but I have asked for a full financial investigation into the GOP for God knows how long. I know that's what we need to do. How does this tie? We'll get into that, right? But we started there. Now, here you go. Give me number 79. And I'm going to make some of this do it very quickly. United States District Court, Northern District, okay? Now, this is a civil action. I want you to know that there's still a lot to come. This could be getting presented to a grand jury, federal grand jury, okay? Because this is a United States District Court. So this would have to go to a federal grand jury. Indictments could be following this. Yes, could be following this. Prison could be following for certain people. But this is the first move, the civil action. And this is really asking the courts, in my opinion, the permission to start what I call the full investigation, the clawback, and getting as much money back from these people or these crooks as they can. Now, as you see, Brant Frost IV and First Liberty Building and Loan are the defendants. Now, they're not naming, when you hear, well, they didn't name Brant Frost V, and they didn't name Katie Frost, and they didn't name Krista Frost. This is the legal business structure and the civil action that is taking place. But what I want you to see on the bottom is between 2014 to June 2025. Now, 2014, we go through the 2020 election cycle. They're running a Ponzi scheme, right? Their hold on the Georgia GOP Inc. So my first call for a resignation today from the Georgia GOP Inc. is David Schaefer. Now, David Schaefer is the former chair. I understand he's still on the executive committee of the Georgia GOP. He needs to resign immediately. David Schaefer, the former chair of the Georgia GOP. Now, we understand, we've been told in the phone circles, he has not confirmed this. All right? He has not confirmed this, but this is out there with about 9 or 10 different people. This is not a secret. All right? He was invested in First Liberty Building and Loan. He was invested. He was chairman of the Georgia GOP, Inc. We want to know exactly, this is what we're going to do all day. We want to know exactly when David Schaefer, as chairman emeritus of the Georgia GOP, my understanding, still on the executive committee of the Georgia GOP, and Georgia GOP chairman. And we want answers on if David Schaefer invested in this as chairman or just as a member of the executive committee. But either way, when did he invest in this? If so, if he didn't invest, just deny it. Come out, put a public statement out. I did not invest in this, because this is so tied. And the reason we're bringing this up, because we're going to do it all day. We're going to show you everything about what's going on. And we're going to show you what we're going to make the calls. Make the calls for resignations, investigations, so forth. Or they could come out and answer. They could come out and say no. He could come out right now. If this phone rang right now and it was David Schaefer, I would put it on and I would let him tell you and the entire world he's not invested in this. He didn't lose any money in this. But if so, when did he? How long? Because, see, I brought this up yesterday. I'll get into that in a minute. But this is an example of some of what we're going to do today. All right? Now, let me show you this morning. Let's go ahead. Give me video 8. Let's go with video 8, the little promo we put together throughout the week.
They call you with a smile, invest for a short while. The pitch is smooth as silk, they say, when they sell you the 18% payday. They tell you it's not yet your time, but with that money you'll climb the political vine. And before you know it, you're drinking mimosas with the bunch, returning favors over a Frost Sunday brunch. The first card's flipped, she's real shady. BKP, tell us about Frosty Katie. The next card's flipped, the loans he grants. BKP, tell us about Frosty Baby Brant. The next card's flipped, brings more drama. BKP, tell us about Frosty Mama. The last card's flipped, he'll pay the cost. BKP, tell us all about Papa Frost.
Any individual currently serving in the Georgia GOP, the Georgia Republican Assembly, or holding state or federal office in Georgia who received funds from or invested in First Liberty Building and Loan must come forward with a public statement before your name is made public by others. While the full extent of the fallout remains to be seen, we know one thing for certain. When charges are filed and the legal process unfolds, there will be people left harmed and financially devastated. To those individuals, we pray you are made whole, and we stand with you in your pursuit of accountability and justice.
So we talked to you yesterday, staying on the Georgia Republican Party for just a moment. This is going to be a large 3 hours. The Frost family solicited the delegates of the Georgia Republican Party. They solicited the state officers. They solicited, obviously, the executive committee. We're going to go into that. And they solicited, obviously, the former chairman and maybe the current chairman. It's almost like we had that promo ready for today. Now, let's go here. And here's something I want to show you because I'm going to give me 128. This is going to prove all day long that we've told you for years. For years. This goes all the way back to them getting rid of me as first vice chair, the Frost. We're going to show you Mike Crane, the chairman. You have said to us multiple times that that we need to just shut up and move on about the convention. The officers. Do you have 128 or did I not send it?
I don't have it.
Okay, I'll send it to you now. I thought I did. I know it's a lot, so sorry about that, Diane. But we just had a convention. If you're out there and you're in the Republican Party in your state, we just had a state convention. We said it was rigged. We said it was a setup. We said it was corrupt. They told us to shut up and quit crying. Now, the entire time, I told you this yesterday, I just sent you 128, 129. While I'm waiting on those, give me 124. We're going to go through every bit of it today. You don't want to leave. Now, this is fresh this morning from the AJC. Now, this complaint is out there. You can read. It's 26 pages. 26 pages. We'll get into that. Georgia lender accused of funneling funds to GOP political campaigns. Now, if you watch this show on a daily basis and you watch the Georgia Hour, we've told you it's called ill-gotten gains. And when they're starting to talk, this is the reason this headline looks this way, and they're starting to look at it. Where did the money go? Now, we're going to get in to the Hook, the Frost. You're going to know them very well before we leave today in 3 hours. We're going to show you how they played on missionaries. They played on missionaries. They played on pastors, that they were helping them. Katie Frost was in the business. She joined the business. All right. Community outreach. You're going to hear every bit of that. But ill-gotten gains, as you watch, they're going to claw back. It's called clawing back. Ill-gotten gains. You cannot receive stolen property. And someone else's money, if I steal somebody's money from the neighbor and I give it to this neighbor, when the police show up at this neighbor's house, they can't say, well, I gave it to them. Yes, but I stole it somewhere. So there's going to be what I call a nightmare of research on who got what money and how much of it has to be clawed back. You do understand every single thing and every dollar you got from 2014, a Ponzi scheme, every single dollar the Frost family put out politically, vacation, watches, homes, was someone else's money. It was never theirs. Never their money. So every bit of that has to be reviewed, and they will. They'll go through it in thorough. Now, if you are out there and you are a delegate that was solicited by Brant Frost through his communications and you've invested, you got to come forward. You should come forward. In fact, we will help you any way we can. If you're a state committee member of the Georgia Republican Party, you need to come forward and we will help you any way we can, but you need to come forward. Quit being in fear of the leadership. They no longer, as of this minute, the leadership of the Georgia Republican Party does not have the power over you that they have tried to present for God knows how long. You don't have to worry about that any longer. You don't have to worry about upsetting the chairman, Josh McCoon. You don't have to worry about any of that. break that mold, come forward. The Frost family, just go ahead and do it. Same thing with the executive committee. You're going to have to come forward and clean out. And did the chairman, current one, Josh McCoon, invest? We have to know. So this being said, lender accused of funneling funds into the Georgia GOP political campaigns. Number 125. The downfall of the Noonan-based financial firm with deep ties to the Georgia Republican politics could have far-reaching implications across the GOP. Federal investigators filed a civil lawsuit late Thursday, a $140 million Ponzi scheme that defrauded 300 investors nationwide. Now, nationwide, let me tell you something. This, it's really bad. You've got Hugh Hewitt on national radio, Hugh Hewitt going out and talking about how great these people are. You've got Real America's Voice. You've had it advertising on Charlie Kirk. You have John Fredericks, which I'm going to look at the camera and tell you, I've always told you, the worst thing that's happened to Georgia politics in current time is John Fredericks coming to Georgia. Absolutely. I've said it for years. We'll prove it today, not that we haven't in the past. Eric Erickson. Nationally, federal regulators, $140 million Ponzi scheme, 300 investors nationwide. As we've previously reported, the lender's abrupt collapse has sent shockwaves through conservative circles and left investors reeling of broken promises of return. But now the potential political fallout is coming into clear focus. Now, this is a number out there. It could be much larger. Investors accuse Frost of funneling more than $570,000 to investor funds into political contributions, money that helped bolster Republican causes and candidates. Yeah. Oh, by the way, let me just throw this in. It's people like, who was that guy? What was that guy's name? I know if I think real hard, I'll remember. Oh, David Cross. It's people like David Cross. Remember, he was going to burn the place down. Whoa. Out there in America, we had a candidate up against Josh McCoon, the guy that I'm going to say needs to resign immediately as chairman of the Georgia Republican Party, because we have to know in Georgia, what did he know and when did he know it? This is very important, this broadcast. This is not BS. I'm going to put every bit of it on the screen. We can't run away from this. Every single thing, when I say every single thing that I have broadcast through the campaigns, through the convention, after the convention, to this morning here, is true. Is absolutely true. Meaning from this point on, what I'm telling you, we have to do. So what did Josh know and when did he know it? Remember, David Cross was going to burn the party down. And Katie Frost said, why, if David Cross becomes chairman of the Georgia Republican Party, your host would have access to none other than, I would have access to the checkbook. Is that what you said? Wow. So 570. Now, the Frost family is long embedded in Georgia under ultra-conservative wing of the Brant Frost V serving as the former GOP officer. Sister Katie Frost is 3rd District Committee. We're going to go on there just a minute. Frost IV has not returned repeat messages. Now, remember, I want this one 125. Remember this right here. Let's go with, because this is going to be interesting. Diane, I want that one right there. And then I'm going to want 109. Write this down, your little pad or whatever you got there. 109 when it's ready. And then I want, stay with that for a second. Then I want, I'm going to want 109. And then I'm going to want, let's see. Well, I know I have it. Come on, I know I have it. 109. Oh, wait, that's Katie. 21. After I go from here, I'm going to go to 21 and then 109. And then we're going to take a break. Georgia GOP Inc., we just had our convention. Now, you look at this here. On the bottom, it says federal and state disclosures show the Frost family has given more than $180,000 in recent years to dozens of candidates in Georgia and beyond, including the state GOP, right? Ted Cruz of Texas and Mike Crane. Mike Crane's Georgia 3rd Congressional District. Now, if you go back to when Mike Crane was running for Senate, how much money did the Frost family give Mike Crane then? But Mike Crane ran for, right, the Frost family. Mike Crane ran for the 3rd Congressional District, which Brian Jack won is the man. Mike Crane ran, personal close friends of the Frost. The Frost kids basically grew up in his home. When they relieved me of my duties as first vice chair of the Georgia Republican Party, they inserted him as the first vice chair. They did, not the Frost family did, with Josh's blessing. That's why Josh has to come up and tell us what he knows, the chairman of the Georgia GOP. Give me that 21. There's Mike Crane, okay? That happens to be Mike Crane at the podium chairing our state convention. Right. Chairing our state convention as the installed first vice chair, as the appointed convention chair by none other than Josh McCoon. Now, when I say this, how much money did all of these people get? All of these people get that has to come back, because we're going to show you just how deviant, despicable, low-life, evil people they are. Oh, by the way, Candace is praying for them, well, defending them. There's nothing wrong with praying for them. Now, give me that other picture I asked for. See, that's Mike Crane. Now, let me see. There's Brant in the wedding, and here's many people. Now, whether you like it or not, you're going to see people at this wedding. Brant Frost there, Brant Frost V. Now, the guy on the left with his back turned with the gray hair, I'll put a C note. That's Mike Crane. I will bet that's Mike Crane standing there. In fact, I think I know that's Mike Crane. You can't make any of this up. At the wedding, let's see. Let's just go. The recent wedding was paid for by someone's money. Now, and we're going to talk about politicians, more politicians in a minute. Yes, you know, the wedding. I mean, who gets invited to the wedding? Perfect strangers or 108? I mean, I don't know. What is Vicky Consiglio and And let's see, her husband, Vicky Consiglio's husband, and I think her husband, correct me, Vicky Consiglio's husband, correct me if he was not the head of the, who's the guys that walk around and what's their names at the convention? Sergeant of Arms. It's Vicky Consiglio in the, in the red. You always know that's Marcy McCarthy and her husband. There's Vicky Consiglio, who ran the convention, right? She was convention chair. You can't make any of this up, right? No. And there's her husband, and I forget his name. Nice fella, says hello to me. But he was the head of the Sergeant of Arms, right? Right? Sergeant of Arms. And, of the convention, and there's Jacqueline and Josh McCoon. Looks like they made the wedding. I mean, is that the wedding picture? I don't know. Am I wrong? I don't think so. So when we come back, I'm going to lay out for you how low the Frost family is, who they're involved, who's involved. We're going to call for some more we paint everything together. We're not speculating nothing. Nothing's being speculated. We're not guessing. We paint it all together. If you're out there in America anywhere, and guess what? Just in time for 2026. Well, hell. Take a break.
At Days Chevrolet in Jasper, we're proud because for more than 65 years, we've built a legacy of trust for the families we serve. That's why 80% of our business comes from repeat customers and referrals. When you treat folks as well as we do, word is bound to get around. Days Chevrolet in Jasper, family first since 1959. Days Chevrolet, Days gets it done. Together, let's drive.
Larry's Body Shop in Ellijay. Family owned and operated since 1978. The latest in cutting-edge digital technology and state-of-the-art equipment allow our iCard Gold Class certified technicians to restore your vehicle. Our second-to-none customer service will work directly with your insurance company. Major accident or minor fender bender. We take the dents out of accidents. Larry's Body Shop, North Georgia's #1 body shop. Visit us at collisiondecision.com.
Why give your money to liberal media companies? Put your marketing needs in the hands of a conservative marketing professional and start getting results today. FYN Media Group, one of the top digital marketing agencies in Georgia, specializes in website design and hosting, social media promotion and management, and so much more. Visit FYNmediagroup.com or call 706-889-3564 for a free consultation.
Welcome to El Rey Azteca Mexican Restaurant. We invite you to indulge your senses with our from-scratch authentic Mexican food. Whether you are hungry for fajitas or the El Rey Azteca burrito, we offer a wide variety of fine Mexican dishes, drinks, and desserts. Our inviting patio, indoor seating, and bar has a seat for everyone. So come to El Rey Azteca for delicious food, great drinks, good friends, and loads of fun in a casual and friendly atmosphere.
Ladies, when you wear elegant jewelry, you become a force to be reckoned with. You shine brighter than the stars in the sky, and your inner beauty radiates like the sun. So embrace the magic, embrace the elegance, and let your jewelry be a reflection of your true, authentic self. My friends over at North Georgia Diamond know what a woman wants. Go see them for the perfect gift. And remember, when it comes to elegance, there's no such thing as too much. Come see us at North Georgia Diamond. We're igniting passion one sparkle at a time.
In 1981, Reed Nicholson began selling tires out of an old barn in Mineral Bluff. Little did he know that he had just laid the groundwork for the most trusted names in automotive services in the Blue Ridge area. In 1997, Nicholson Tire Center became what it is today, holding the same values of faith, family, and great customer service. 2 locations to serve you, and the Blue Ridge location is currently expanding to offer fast service and the largest U-Haul provider in Georgia. Nicholson Tire Center, Blue Ridge, and Mineral Bluff.
This is a special report.
Knowing how to invest your money is harder than ever before. Dealing with stock market volatility, record debt, and terrorist attacks requires new thinking. At U.S. Asset Management, we can help you see the world more clearly so that you can move beyond the chaos and invest with confidence. Call us, visit us online, or drop by our office. U.S. Asset Management, helping you make better decisions with your money.
Mesquite Grill, now offering online ordering for your convenience. Check out our new website at mesquitegrillbr.com. That's mesquitegrillbr.com. The great food and service you have come to expect, ready for you when you arrive. Open 7 days a week with a fully stocked bar and friendly service. Bring your furry friends with you and dine on our pet-friendly patio. Also, check out our catering options and let us prepare delicious food for your next event.
Welcome back to a special 3-hour broadcast of the Georgia 3-hour. It's usually the Georgia hour. Monday through Friday, it's 10 to 11, the Georgia hour. But today we have a special broadcast of the program. I'm your host, BKP, and you're watching voiceofruralamerica.com. Thank you, Diane. Thank you very much for the week, Diane. I have put a lot of pressure on Diane, 150 pictures. We have been working on this story. We're out in front of it. We're ahead of the AJC. We're ahead of the Associated Press. We knew this was breaking. It was going to happen. We've talked about it all week. We set this morning up. 128. Now, I'm your host, BKP. Now, we're talking about the collapse, the $140 million Republican religious First Liberty Building and Loan Ponzi scheme in Georgia. We're aware of 300 that have been taken. Now, this is the Associated Press, okay? Federal officials say a prominent Georgia Republican was running a $140 million Ponzi scheme. This is going to mushroom into a worldwide story, Georgia. It's going to mushroom into, now remember, and we're not going to waste 2.5 hours on it, but remember, they had to remove me, and we all know that, and we'll talk about that later next week, but they had to remove me as first vice chair of the Georgia Republican Party in May of 2024, was it? Yes, because of their fear of some civil actions I was having concerning voting, civil actions, that it would hurt fundraising. It would hurt fundraising. Okay? And it could hurt Donald Trump's chances of winning the 2024 election. But we know why they removed me. We know why that happened. We know why some people got on board. We know that. I was asking too many questions. I want a financial review of the party. We'll get into that later. But this, right? Remember, we had to reelect Josh McCoon as chairman of the Georgia Republican Party. And don't forget, I said on this show, there's something wrong. Something bad wrong. Why do all 9 Republican members of Congress, why does Burt Jones, why do all of these people want to bring Josh back? Why is there so much work to defend Josh McCoon and he has no plan for 2026? Yes, something's wrong. Now, the only reason I bring this up is this is the Associated Press. And I've told you all week long, this is going to be enormous. It's going to be. It's going to resonate across the country. It's going to be used in campaign commercials by Democrats. All the above. This is going to be large. And remember, on that day, Republicans think that the media, AJC, likes them. Okay. I'll tell you that. This is Jeff Aim. I have met him before in Atlanta. And give me number 129. A prominent Georgia Republican was running a Ponzi scheme. 300 investors, 140 million. Federal officials alleged in a complaint. First Liberty Building and Loan controlled by Brant Frost IV. Now remember, controlled by Brant Frost IV, that's why the legal paperwork is written a certain way. Brant Frost V, Katie, Krista, the compliance officer, they're not off the hook. So don't think, they got away. No, they didn't get away with it. Lied to investors about its business and making high interest loans to companies. The Frost is alleged to have taken $19 million of investor funds for himself. $19 million for himself. Who knew that? Now, I'm going to say things throughout this morning. If you are a delegate to the Georgia Republican Party, if you are a member of the Georgia State Committee of the Republican Party, if you are a member of the Executive Committee, right up to the chairman, if you don't come out in the open on this, and you know something about this, and you're aware of this, you're complicit. You're helping hide this. Yes, you are. Just be candid. Quit hiding behind it. And you know who you are, and I know some of you out there. Anyhow, moving right along. 19 million. You see, they never had their own money when they were whining and dining. They never had their own money when they were vacationing. They never had their own money when they were flying Katie to New York to be on Fox or to be on CNN. They never had their own money. It was ill-gotten gains. And they gave you some of it out there that's probably watching. And you got to give it back. 19 million. His family-affiliated company, even as the business was going broke. Now, as it was going broke, I said this 2 days ago, there's a broadcast. Everything they did, they were broke. Everything they did during the last campaign, right? For the Georgia GOP state officers, every one of those. Now, Katie Frost, and we'll get to this in a minute, participated in what? Trying to keep candidates off the ballot. From that moment, everything was rigged in our convention. If you're out there anywhere in the United States and you're a member of your Republican Party, our party is corrupt as they get. From the beginning, Katie Frost lorded over with Josh McCoon to keep Kylie Kramer off the ballot. Katie Frost, they're broke. They've got the nerve to decide who's on our ballot. They play a role and participate if the NDA has to be signed to get the names of the delegates. These people play a role in every single aspect of our party, from who the candidates are, who's the convention chair, holy mackerel, to overseeing and stopping participation. But then where the bad guys? Oh, quit your crying. David lost. It's over. Clicker this, clicker that. Katie, we'll get into it. If you're wondering out there in America, who the hell's Katie? I'll show you in just a minute. Don't worry, we'll get there. But she lorded over right here, the Frost family, while going broke. They were broke. They were done. They were being investigated. This investigation did not happen in 24 hours. It was not 2 Fridays ago they closed the door and they come up with this. Oh, no, no, no. They have been slowly, quietly investigating these damn people. So when Katie Frost is overlording that Lisa Pierce can't run against who? Wait a minute. Could this be possible? Holy smokes. I'll be damned. Could it be? Question mark. Give me number 122. This just came to me. That's how great I am at times. Sorry, didn't mean it that way. Didn't mean it. I didn't mean it that way. But I want this one back in just a minute. That would be Sally Grubhub. Holy, wait a minute. Could we be on to something? Well, hell yeah, we're on to something. All damn morning we're on to something. We're on to the most corrupt shit you've ever seen. And it was all staged. It was in back rooms. That's Brant. That's the albino rhino. He's broke. He's got headsets on. He had to borrow. That little, he's broke. And he's sitting there with Grubhub, grinning from ear to ear. Now, Sally, if you call now, operators are standing by. Sally, if you call right now and you tell us that you did not invest in First Liberty, okay? If you call and tell us right now that you did not invest in First Liberty Building and Loan, we will put you on the air right now. We will let you clear it up. Speak. Woof, woof. No, that's Debbie Dooley. Right now. I'll let you clear it up right now. You can call right now. Until then, Sally, people are talking in the grocery store lines. Inquiring Minds, front page of the Inquirer says Sally Grubbs may have. Now, I'm going to get back to this. I'm going to have heart failure today. I am. Number 2. I'm going to get to everything. That's why it's a 3-hour broadcast. We're going to talk about the missionaries that the evil. Look, I'm going to use words as evil, cult, incestuous, crazy, weird, nasty, something's bad, wrong. There needs to be other investigations into this family. Now, this is Josh McCoon, and that's Sally Grubhub. Sally is first vice chair of the Georgia Republican Party. Okay? Now, rumors are flying. It's pretty damn hot. It's a lot of smoke. Could be flames. Question mark that Sally invested. Now, Sally told me one time when I talked to her when I was running for first vice chair, I said, why do you push Brant Frost? She was really trying to push me to support Brant Frost for second vice chair against David Cross. I didn't really know David at that time, but I didn't care for Frost. I've known Frost was no good for a while. I mean, my Ponzi scheme, radar, no good, phony, fake, fraud, it's been up for a while. I've not had it. They don't speak to me. You got to understand, there's people that don't advertise here. The Frost didn't advertise here. They advertised with John Fredericks, Eric Erickson, Hugh Hewitt. They didn't advertise here. You got to remember, there's a reason these people don't talk to me. And you know why, okay? This is the show. This is not a damn show. This is a truth factor where you cannot buy a narrative. You can't buy a narrative here. This is not Wheel of Fortune. No pun intended, 19 million out of people's pockets. But Sally Grubbs is the first vice chair of the Georgia Republican Party. And Katie Frost participated in trying to keep Lisa Pierce off the ballot for first vice chair. And she may be invested, as Katie Frost was making the decision with her committee from the Georgia GOP to decide who was on her damn ballot. Yes, folks, corrupt as hell. I mean, you can't beat this circle. So, Go back to that one. I know I had that one, and I want to get to something else this morning. We're going to be here 3 hours. Don't leave. Well, we got material. You'll know everything about these people when we're done. So Frost, let's see, that's a company as even business was going broke. Right when they were going broke, right? Now, they spent $160 on jewelry, $335,000 with a rare coins. Oh, they got rare coins. And also paid to have spent $320,000 to rent a vacation home over multiple years. Kenny Bunkport. They were up there with the Bushes. They were up there at Kenny Bunkport with the Bushes. $320,000. Now, okay, when they were going broke. Let me show you one example of when they were going broke. The wedding, right? We know that. We know who gets invited, right? This is a sick circle. Sick circle of sons of bitches. Erase that last part, Diane. Erase the last part, Diane. Sick circle of some people. They're a sick circle. It's a sick circle. They're always at the same place. They usually end up where? The Eagles Club. Ho, ho, ho. Yeah, singing karaoke. Whoo, whoo, whoo. All right, that's me calming down. Now, right here. You know, look, it cost a lot of money. You remember this right here, 112? Give me 112. Right? Remember when Lara Trump came to town and Josh bragged how much money they raised? Right? Give me number 113. There's a little bit of picture of her. She came into town, right? Well, there you go. There's 114. It's a sick circle. I'll show you some of the circle. There's Vicky and her husband, and there's Jason Thompson and Katie Frost. That's Mongo. I'll explain later. Mongo, Katie Frost. What an evening. And let's show you the next one. Number 115. Now, if I understand, the lady to the left of Brant Frost IV is Brant Frost V's wife. And there's Mama Frost, Krista, and there's Brant IV. That's pretty recent. That was pretty recent. Guess what? They're broke. Guess what? I don't know who bought the table, but was the table of $50,000? I don't know. Was it? I mean, a $5,000 was a $5,000 plate per plate, 2,500 plate. I don't remember, right? But I know this much: they're sitting there cheesing from ear to ear as they're whining and dining. Well, they maybe didn't whine because they didn't drink alcohol. They might steal money. they might pickpocket your ass. Hey, you got a 20 in your pocket? No, I don't drink. I do not partake of the devil's evil spirit juice. Sorry, I don't drink. I don't drink at all. No, I'm serious. I don't drink. I haven't drank a drop of alcohol since I was 19 years old. I don't even toast at weddings, but there they are, spending money. Now, the control, the sick circle. This is sick to me, and I want to go to close with this. This is 110. And I got a question out here. People are going to say, what's this got to do with anything? It's got a lot to do with it. Give me 110. Okay, this is Brant and his bride at the wedding. Give me 111. I have this question is for the ladies. Like when you get married, this is directly for the ladies. When you get married, right? Do you not pick your own bridesmaids? I mean, do you not say, these are the 3 ladies I went to college with. This is a lady I work with. This is a lady I drink too much tequila with and dance on the bar. Whatever, okay? Just joking around. But do you not pick your own bridesmaids? And if you're getting married, don't you pick your buddy you hang out with? Our wedding, right? Bridesmaids. Catherine Frost, Caroline Frost, Elizabeth Frost, and Abigail Frost, sisters of the groom. Sisters of the groom, sisters of the groom, sisters of the groom. The best man father of the groom, Brant Frost IV. That's sick. That's sick stuff, man. That's just that. Something's not right about that. We'll be back in a moment. We'll talk about the hook of the crooks in Georgia. Take a break.
At Days Chevrolet in Jasper, we're proud because for more than 65 years, we've built a legacy of trust for the families we serve. That's why 80% of our business comes from repeat customers and referrals. When you treat folks as well as we do, word is bound to get around. Days Chevrolet in Jasper, family first since 1959. Days Chevrolet, Days gets it done. Together, let's drive.
Larry's Body Shop in Ellijay. Family owned and operated since 1978. The latest in cutting-edge digital technology and state-of-the-art equipment allow our iCard Gold Class certified technicians to restore your vehicle. Our second-to-none customer service will work directly with your insurance company. Major accident or minor fender bender, we take the dents out of accidents. Larry's Body Shop, North Georgia's #1 body shop. Visit us at collisiondecision.com.
Why give your money to liberal media companies? Put your marketing needs in the hands of a conservative marketing professional and start getting results today. FYN Media Group, one of the top digital marketing agencies in Georgia, specializes in website design and hosting, social media promotion and management, and so much more. Visit FYNmediagroup.com or call 706-889-3564 for a free consultation.
Welcome to El Rey Azteca Mexican Restaurant. We invite you to indulge your senses with our from-scratch authentic Mexican food. Whether you are hungry for fajitas or the El Rey Azteca burrito, we offer a wide variety of fine Mexican dishes, drinks, and desserts. Our inviting patio, indoor seating, and bar has a seat for everyone. So come to El Rey Azteca for delicious food, great drinks, good friends, and loads of fun in a casual and friendly atmosphere.
Ladies, when you wear elegant jewelry, you become a force to be reckoned with. You shine brighter than the stars in the sky, and your inner beauty radiates like the sun. So embrace the magic, embrace the elegance, and let your jewelry be a reflection of your true, authentic self. My friends over at North Georgia Diamond know what a woman wants. Go see them for the perfect gift. And remember, when it comes to elegance, there's no such thing as too much. Come see us at North Georgia Diamond. We're igniting passion one sparkle at a time.
In 1981, Reed Nicholson began selling tires out of an old barn in Mineral Bluff. Little did he know that he had just laid the groundwork for the most trusted names in automotive services in the Blue Ridge area. In 1997, Nicholson Tire Center became what it is today, holding the same values of faith, family, and great customer service. 2 locations to serve you, and the Blue Ridge location is currently expanding to offer fast service and the largest U-Haul provider in Georgia. Nicholson Tire Center, Blue Ridge, and Mineral Bluff.
This is a special report.
Knowing how to invest your money is harder than ever before. Dealing with stock market volatility, record debt, and terrorist attacks requires new thinking. At U.S. Asset Management, we can help you see the world more clearly so that you can move beyond the chaos and invest with confidence. Call us, visit us online, or drop by our office. U.S. Asset Management, helping you make better decisions with your money.
Mesquite Grill, now offering online ordering for your convenience. Check out our new website at mesquitegrillbr.com. That's mesquitegrillbr.com. The great food and service you have come to expect, ready for you when you arrive. Open 7 days a week with a fully stocked bar and friendly service. Bring your furry friends with you and dine on our pet-friendly patio. Also, check out our catering options and let us prepare delicious food for your next event.
All right, folks, we're back. We are into our second hour. Second hour, we'll be here 3 hours today. We did 8 to 9. Now we're going to go into 9 to 10, our third hour of a special report. The Georgia 3 hour, generally 1 hour, Monday through Friday at 10 o'clock, the Georgia hour. But today is a special 3 hour broadcast because it's going to be an international story. It's going to be a national story. It may not get a tweet or a truth, but it will get President Trump's attention. This will get President Trump's attention. It will. You and I may never know it, but President Trump will know about this. And we got a problem here in 2026 and our election cycle as we're trying to hold Republicans, constitutional offices, trying to beat John Ossoff. We've got a disaster of a Georgia GOP, Inc. Now, I'm your host, BKP. Thank you, Diane, for everything you do. I jump all around. I send 150 pictures. She does an amazing job. Now, what we're talking about this morning is the $140 million that we're aware of Ponzi scheme that the collapse of First Liberty Building and Loan run by the Frost family. Now, in the paperwork, it stated Brant Frost IV, which is the dad. But the whole entire family is the hook. It's the hook. The whole family is set up. Now, they're very tied to the Georgia GOP. And we started out by letting you know that Katie Frost, right, was part of the chair of the nominating committee. And she was participating. I will tell you this, and we'll get past that. The only reason to me, the only reason Lisa Pierce and Kylie Kramer were put on the ballot for state officers is because of a letter Congressman Brian Jack wrote from the 3rd District to the Georgia GOP saying, I don't understand why Lisa Pierce is not on the ballot. If Brian Jack would not have, Congressman, in my full opinion, would not have written that letter, you would not have seen Lisa Pierce or Kylie Kramer on the ballot. And two, we showed you Sally Grubbs, as first vice chair of the Georgia Republican Party, has a very close relationship with the Frost family, may even be to the investment level, and they were trying to participate somebody running against her, and the person at the head of it was Katie Frost. Now, we have a lot more where their involvement is concerned, but let's start here for some of those nationally that may not know. Give me, Diane, I got to try to get through this without heart failure. Give me number 30, because you can't make up the level of corruption. 140, and they stole 19 million for themselves. 19 million for them. So that means that wow, the pockets they're going to go into. Now, this is the Frost family. And the reason I've been pushed a little bit on, why are you putting up the younger daughters? Now, one of the daughters just turned 18, and there's two under 18. I'm not doing that to, you see, they Frost the Fourth, the dad there in the plaid and mother groomed these children. Even Brantley, that I can't stand. I've never liked Brantley, okay? I've never liked him. This nasty, snooty, cocky, I'm better than you, my prayers reach God and yours don't. That's who they are, okay? But even Brantley all the way down needs to go through, my opinion, a psychological evaluation for the way they've been groomed their whole life since they were born. You realize 2014 backed these children up. The report is since 2014, right? Take 11 years off Brantley. He's just a little snotty-nosed jackass, okay? All the other kids. These kids were groomed. They my opinion, ask Candace. She's a professional whack job, Dr. Whack Job herself, right? That would be Candace Taylor. I know. She's going to get mad. People are going to say you didn't have to do that, but I did anyway. The children should, the 80th time, in my opinion, have a psychological evaluation to see just how damn crazy they are, or they need to be interviewed to find out, how dad and mom, I hear Krista, the mom, was the director. So these kids were groomed their whole life to help pull the con. Now, some say, well, you should. No, number 38. They have used them politically, and I showed you this. That's why I didn't mark out the kids. They've used the little children in every single thing they could do since they've been little kids, right? You know Brantley never got his pants dirty outside. You know he didn't. Anyhow, so there you go. Now go back to the family. I'm going to go here because I want to paint a picture. The manipulation. Now, dad's in the plaid. That's Brant Frost IV. Mom is Krista next to him. There's Katie, and then the three young ladies and Brantley on the end. Now, I don't know if mom had an official position in the company, but Katie and Brantley did. Brant Frost V. They did. Even investors have said in publications, not personally to me, investors have said, you know what? He was in on it from investors. Now, sick people. Now, let me go here. So, Katie, people have said, why are you making so much out of Katie? And I'll tell you, because right here, and we're going to tie a lot of people in the circle with her. So 92, Katie Frost. So Katie, while they were stealing money in 2022, you remember this goes back to 2024. Every single thing here is what did you know? When did you know it? Mike Crane, when you were standing on the stage, did you know the people that are your neighbors and good friends that you grew up, the kids grew up in your house, are stealing $19 million? Josh, did you invest? Did you went to the wedding, your friends, you got very upset when comments were made about the Frost. You resigned from the GRA when the Frost told you to resign from the GRA. List goes on. Katie Frost, Noonan, Georgia. Katie Frost joined her family company, First Liberty Building and Loan, as Director of Community Impact in 2022. So this says, hey, 2022. In this role, she oversees 7 figures annually being invested back into communities. First Liberty Building and Loan serves through philanthropic. I'm going to try that again. Philanthropic. If that did it, it did it. If it didn't, it did it, blah, blah, blah. And political causes. A Georgia native, she began working in Republican politics at the age of 19. Over the next decade, she was involved in campaigns at every level, from municipal to presidential, earning an 8-0 win record. Woo, wow, way to go. Notable victories include defeating an incumbent House Committee chairman, 63-37, and winning an open municipal seat. Let's see. Worked with both chamber Georgia General Assembly and serves the first executive director of Georgia Freedom Caucus. Now, the Freedom Caucus, we're not going to go there today, but you got to look. We're not leaving anybody. Nobody's exempt. You can't be exempt. You got to come out and you got to say, okay, boom, I'm out. Boom, I'm here. She served as the first executive director of the Freedom Caucus. Why? Philip Singleton. Go back. BKP always knows. Philip Singleton. Frost people. Right? Freedom Caucus, created in Georgia. She served as the first executive director of the Georgia Freedom Caucus. Yes. Now, she is there in 2022. She's the director of community impact. She's in the business. She's part of the con. Community impact. So let me show you a little bit of how, let's meet Brant Frost IV. Video 2. Give me video 2.
Hello, I'm Brant Frost with First Liberty Building and Loan. At First Liberty, we provide commercial financing for Main Street entrepreneurs to buy, build, and grow things for virtually any kind of commercial project. Our loans range from $1 million up to $10 million, though we've done loans as small as $250,000 and as large as $25 million. A typical solution we might bring a client is to provide a quick private bridge loan to fix an immediate need, to add value, and then to take it out in 3 to 12 months with a larger permanent SBA loan, bank loan, or commercial CMBS loan. Dealing with big banks can be a nightmare. If you're not bald before you start the process, you'll feel like pulling your hair out along the way. At First Liberty, with one phone call, less than 10 minutes, we can typically tell you with 90% certainty whether or not you'll qualify for the loan and what the common sense steps are to make it happen along the way. If you have good credit, a smart business plan, and a big dream, call us at First Liberty. Let us put our creative capital to work for you.
Now, that's the guy that's named by the federal, the federal investigators there. That's the guy, Brant Frost IV, who took $19 million for his own vacation at Kennebunkport. Wow. 300 people, $140 million Ponzi scheme. That's him. Now, they preyed on ministries. They did it on purpose. They preyed on ministries. They preyed on Christians. They claimed to be Sunday school goers. They claimed to be church goers, deacons, all the above. They claimed and they preyed on ministries every which way they can. Give me, and I have to tell you, I don't know the rules, but I feel bad for the amount of missionaries and ministries that are going to get a knock on the door and say, we got to have their money back. It's not yours. These people are sick. Video 3.
We were excited about helping Be More Positive because its founder, Larry Veal, had a proven track record of success of helping young middle school boys who were 1 or 2 strikes away from being kicked out of school forever turn their lives around. Anger management, conflict resolution, self-control, with a 90% success rate. I was excited from day one. I met Larry at a men's Bible study we both were a part of, and in learning what he did and what was his passion, I immediately was drawn to try to help. At First Liberty, we love to try to help small ministries become great ministries, where our capital helps them go to the next level. They may not have got on the radar of major donors yet, and so being able to help them early is very satisfying. We invested in Larry's ministry early in Gwinnett County. We had great success there. And so now we're in the process of trying to scale him and take him across public schools all across Georgia. And he's still continuing to have great results with a continued and consistent 90% success rate, turning young boys around and helping them control their anger, not getting in any trouble again for a whole year at a time. And he's had great success, and we're proud to be a part of this ministry.
Larry, I'm going to say, Larry, I think you have something great there. It's a great ministry. I'm really excited to hear about a ministry that's working with 8th grade boys. That is a time when we lose our young men. They're becoming young men and we lose them. And I really appreciate the hard work of what you're doing. But as you can see, these sick people use the Bible. We showed you that, what they do, use the Bible and invested in this ministry. I have to tell you, they're going to go through every investment and stuff like this. Then he put it out using it as a promotion. I'll give you one more, and then we'll move on. We're going to lay the groundwork of everything with these people, and we are going to circle right back to the Georgia GOP ache. Is this going to bankrupt them? Is it going to finish them off? Well, we're going to get to those questions. We're going to be here till 11. We're laying all the groundwork. Give me video 4.
So several years ago, I met Pastor Nas at the Atlanta State Capitol. A friend of ours was being sworn into the legislature, and he was stateside raising support for his ministry. I immediately fell in love with him after I heard what he was doing and the difference he was making in Pakistan. And a year later, the virus hit. And so things changed dramatically. Whereas we had shortages in America, whatever we had was magnified tenfold in Pakistan, particularly among the working poor. They were badly affected by the lack of food supply. So we felt very strongly led to step in with medical care and other necessities. We fed a whole village for a month. A flood hit not long afterward. I didn't even know Karachi's a port city, and it's very low to sea level, and so they had significant floods. We helped fund some of the flood repair and damage mitigation there. In this church of 400 or 500 people, the land across the street became available, and Pastor Nas had a vision to create a Christian hospital there. In a nation of Muslims, fewer than 8-9% of the country are Christians. They're in a majority Muslim country, but serving others is a tremendous way to both gain credibility, let people know that you're there to care and serve them. And so we funded the purchase of that corner for cash. As fate would have it, shortly thereafter, Pastor Nas' success, growing by dozens and dozens, got the attention of some Taliban terrorists. And they assaulted Pastor Nas and beat him up badly, and they put out a death warrant on Pastor Nas. His life was not his own. He had to flee the country. His family had to flee. They even recorded a video in mass with guns, calling him by name and saying they were going to come and find him and kill him. Since he's been in America, we've continued our support of his ministry. And even while he's been here stateside, through the tremendous team of leaders that he had discipled and mentored and raised up in Pakistan before he left, they have planted not 1, not 3, but 8 churches in the last 2 years after he's left the country. And so just being able to impact the church in a faraway country where standing for their faith comes at a cost. It may even cost them their lives. Our brothers and sisters in Christ in many nations all across the world serve Christ at the cost of their lives. And so for my brothers and sisters there who are willing to stand up for him, even at the face of great personal danger, it's the least we can do to help them financially and magnify and grow it and have an outsized impact for the kingdom in that great country.
You need to understand, these people, these are promo videos. These are promotional videos. There's several of them that they send out. And I don't know about these ministries with what they've invested, what's going to happen. But you got to keep in mind, these people sent these out, and you're sitting at home. They stole, in my words, my opinion, they stole, well, according to the investigator, they stole retirees' money, their life savings. Now, my question is, and we will get back to that after we come back from our break, is while they're stealing over here, who over here in the Georgia GOP, who over here in the political circles knows about it? Their control, their total manipulation of senior citizens, trusting people, using Christianity. These are some bad people. It's not just a Ponzi scheme that they're creating. Now, Katie Frost, right? And I don't want to spend too much time on her, But I want to show you the circle. We're going to label the circle. Now, number 4, Katie Frost, she's joined the business. Now, when she stands on the stage up here, number 4, right? When she stands on the stage, that's her mom. This is the nominating committee. They're controlling it. Remember, they're playing a role at the Georgia GOP, controlling the candidates. They're playing a role at the convention, controlling the nomination committee. They're playing a role at the conventions, controlling by the chair, convention chair. That's Katie, her mother. I'm just going to show you some of the circle, and then we're going to get out because we're going to come back. Now, Katie is the PR magnet for the family. Here you go. Number 94. Right? This is glad to celebrate at tonight's victory party with my friend Katie Frost. That's cue ball. Here's another one with cue ball. This was at the victory party for Trump. Here's another one, 105. Right? There you go. There's 105. There's cue ball again. Now she's at the Eagles Club. I think that she's at the Eagles Club. That's where Josh sings karaoke. Here's 106. Her with Mongo. This is Jason Thompson. The reason we bring this up, this guy is the RNC. Okay, this is the Georgia State Committee man for the RNC, Jason Thompson. He's on the executive committee of the Georgia Republican Party. What did he know and when did he know it? Now, he has spent a lot of time with Katie. He knows them very well. Let's see if we have any more. Here we go again. Here he is again. Number 114. We're at. Now they're at the Jason Thompson. They're with Katie. He is the RNC State Committee man, executive committee member on the Georgia GOP, Inc. And here we have number 116. Here she is again. She's part of the family. Now, Brant's in there too. Don't worry. We'll get to her. Here she is in the nominating committee room as the chair. She's running things. All right. This is our Georgia GOP state convention, which was very, very corrupt. Give me 117. Here is a little committee shot here down the line. I just want to show you Josh McCoon controlled all these committees. Now, Brant Frost, and we have that. I think we have it. We may show it to you. But remember, Brant Frost lets you know the power is in who controls the committees, right? Remember that? He told you. They control the committees. Brant told you. And there's Mama Frost next to Kathleen Thorman. And there is Julianne Thompson. Keep going. There's Peter Corman. There's Candace, crazy as hell Taylor. You go on down there. And I think isn't on the committee sitting next to Katie Frost at the end. Yeah, what's her name up there in Walker County, right? What is her name? Send me her name. She's always defending the Frost family, so it's interesting. She's the chair up there. This is the nominating committee. Just showing you that. Here's number 19. This is a little get-together. You know, this is after. Here you go. There you go. There's Mama Frost. There is the red dress. That's and there's Katie, and there's Josh. Little after party. And then you have number 120 here at the spring training. Katie Frost. Thank you, Jason Thompson and Josh McCoon, for hosting me at the RNC, working her way up the ladder. You just can't make it up. So let's see if I have any more Katie Frost that I want to throw by you. We'll leave it there for now. We're going to take a break, and when we come back, the advertisers, we're closing in. It's going to be 9:30. We're going to be here till 11 o'clock. We're not done. We're going into the Georgia GOP in just a minute, and we have a lot more to show you when we return. Take a break.
At Days Chevrolet in Jasper, we're proud because for more than 65 years, we've built a legacy of trust for the families we serve. That's why 80% of our business comes from repeat customers and referrals. When you treat folks as well as we do, word is bound to get around. Days Chevrolet in Jasper, family first since 1959. Days Chevrolet, Days gets it done. Together, let's drive.
Larry's Body Shop in Ellijay. Family owned and operated since 1978. The latest in cutting-edge digital technology and state-of-the-art equipment allow our iCard Gold Class certified technicians to restore your vehicle. Our second-to-none customer service will work directly with your insurance company. Major accident or minor fender bender. We take the dents out of accidents. Larry's Body Shop, North Georgia's #1 body shop. Visit us at collisiondecision.com.
Why give your money to liberal media companies? Put your marketing needs in the hands of a conservative marketing professional and start getting results today. FYN Media Group, one of the top digital marketing agencies in Georgia, specializes in website design and hosting, social media promotion and management, and so much more. Visit FYNmediagroup.com or call 706-889-3564 for a free consultation.
Welcome to El Rey Azteca Mexican Restaurant. We invite you to indulge your senses with our from-scratch authentic Mexican food. Whether you are hungry for fajitas or the El Rey Azteca burrito, we offer a wide variety of fine Mexican dishes, drinks, and desserts. Our inviting patio, indoor seating, and bar has a seat for everyone. So come to El Rey Azteca for delicious food, great drinks, good friends, and loads of fun in a casual and friendly atmosphere.
Ladies, when you wear elegant jewelry, you become a force to be reckoned with. You shine brighter than the stars in the sky, and your inner beauty radiates like the sun. So embrace the magic, embrace the elegance, and let your jewelry be a reflection of your true, authentic self. My friends over at North Georgia Diamond know what a woman wants. Go see them for the perfect gift. And remember, when it comes to elegance, there's no such thing as too much. Come see us at North Georgia Diamond. We're igniting passion one sparkle at a time.
In 1981, Reed Nicholson began selling tires out of an old barn in Mineral Bluff. Little did he know that he had just laid the groundwork for the most trusted names in automotive services in the Blue Ridge area. In 1997, Nicholson Tire Center became what it is today, holding the same values of faith, family, and great customer service. 2 locations to serve you, and the Blue Ridge location is currently expanding to offer fast service and the largest U-Haul provider in Georgia. Nicholson Tire Center, Blue Ridge, and Mineral Bluff.
This is a special report.
Knowing how to invest your money is harder than ever before. Dealing with stock market volatility, record debt, and terrorist attacks requires new thinking. At U.S. Asset Management, we can help you see the world more clearly so that you can move beyond the chaos and invest with confidence. Call us, visit us online, or drop by our office. U.S. Asset Management, helping you make better decisions with your money.
Mesquite Grill, now offering online ordering for your convenience. Check out our new website at mesquitegrillbr.com. That's mesquitegrillbr.com. The great food and service you have come to expect, ready for you when you arrive. Open 7 days a week with a fully stocked bar and friendly service. Bring your furry friends with you and dine on our pet-friendly patio. Also, check out our catering options and let us prepare delicious food for your next event.
All right, folks, we're back. Welcome to a special 3-hour broadcast. A special Friday 3-hour broadcast. I like Friday. Diane, you like it too. We sometimes we have a little fun. I mean, Friday's the day where we lighten up a little bit. But so we are covering for 3 hours a national news story, international news story, an American greed story. It'll probably be on a broadcast someday. And they'll probably use footage from this broadcast here. But the Frost family, First Liberty, Building and Loan, the Frost family, and we got like 3 circles here. Now, $140 million Ponzi scheme, took $19 million for themselves. The entire time from 2014 all the way up to 2025, these people were spending somebody else's money, $19 million, vacationing at Kennebunkport in Maine, buying jewelry, vacations, paying for weddings, honeymoons, you name it, and going to conventions, all expenses paid. So we have the 300 people that contributed. Now, we have the Christian side, we'll call it that, where they played on, pretended they were Sunday school teachers, preachers, and so forth. Now, don't forget, we brought this up yesterday. You can go to yesterday's broadcast and get full details. I'm your host, BKP. This is the Georgia 3-hour special on Friday, the explosion of corruption in Georgia Republican Party politics. Simple as that. I'm a Republican. I'm a lifelong Republican. Throw them, well, I guess I didn't bring it in today. Throw them number 9. Give them the studio really quick. Lifelong. I got Ronald Reagan over here. I'm a lifelong Republican. I do not want to be. I'm finding absolutely no joy in coming here today. See that? You like that? This is over here. Take that down. I'm finding no joy in this. Now, I'm going to tell you why you got to stay to 11, because we're going to switch gears in a minute. We're going to start calling people out. When I say calling people out, it's time for. And I'm going to give you another one, time for. Lori McClain is the treasurer of the Georgia Republican Party. She's the treasurer, okay? Now, I like Lori. I like Lori a lot. I think she's a fine person, upstanding citizen. I think her and her husband are good people. I just do. Now, she's not been there since 2014 when David Schaefer was chair during his tenure as chair, his terms. But she was there in Josh's first term. And here's what Lori McClain knows, and we're going to get this in our last part right up to 11 o'clock. The treasurer of the Georgia Republican Party, Inc. knows how myself, David Cross, and her have been shut out, right? And we know how Karen Henshaw has handled some things. We know how many duplicate FEC filings. We know how many reports have been so incorrect. We know they had to pay a fine while David Schaefer was there, right? While David Schaefer was there, and Chairman Josh McCoon's administration had to pay a $14,500 fine to the FEC. There's a lot. We know that Josh McCoon was using the old credit card, number 19, for his own personal good, whatever he wanted. Well, I say whatever he wanted. He pulled out the old Georgia GOP credit card. We know all of that. So I have been passive, I'd say, not my personality, concerning Josh McCoon and the inner workings of the office. But I have not been shy of calling for a full investigation into the finances of the Georgia GOP, Inc., full, to a forensic audit. Now, I think a forensic audit is required now because I don't know how much Frost money or money they stole from people have commingled in anything in that party. Seriously. So I'm not calling out in an ugly way, but I will not accept anyone. You see, over at the Secretary of State's office, 3 names are on the incorporation. Josh McCoon as the chairman, Lori McLean as the treasurer, and I guess it should be Susie Voiles now as the secretary. It was Caroline Jeffords. But those names are on the incorporated paperwork over at the Secretary of State's office for the Georgia GOP, Inc. Bottom line. And when the FEC has an inconsistency, a problem, or a question and sends a letter, they don't send it to Karen Henshaw. They send it in care of, send it in care of the treasurer, Lori McLean. So now that you don't know how many committee, state committee, executive committee, delegates, county chairs across the state have been taken by this, and Josh has shut the door that we can't see. So we'll get into that in a minute. Now, so we got the religious aspect, we got the political aspect, where'd the money go? Now, this is one right here. He needs to answer, number 14. And I have said this, okay? David Schaefer can call me now because you have the number. You know. You can call me now and I'll put you on the hotline. I did not invest. I'll put you right on here. You can say that. You can tell everybody because they're watching. Sally Grubhub. I'll put you right on here. Right? Boom. I did not invest. Okay. Boom. If you did, when and how much? But put you on. Now, Greg Dolezal, state senator. Was he part of the hook? Part of the hook. Was he? Right? Now, Dolezal, a conservative we can count on, the phone circle, right? The phone circle. What do we hear in the phone circle? Give me number. I'm going to see if this is it, Diane. Hang tight. Now, I want to come back to this. So when you flip, give me 127. This is why I'm telling you right now, ill-gotten gains. You don't get to keep that. No, that wasn't a treasure chest you found. So since 2022, the Political Action Committee aligned with the group, the GRA PAC. Now, I want to be clear, GRA PAC, two different things. They dissolved the GRA PAC. The Frost family dissolved. Brandt was in charge of the GRA PAC. They dissolved that, was it June 27th? right at the end, right when they were getting, 2 days before they locked the front door and put a sign up, out to lunch. We'll say that, right? We'll be gone for a while. 8 to 10. I'm just saying, right? We'll be back in 8 to 10. That should be the sign on the window. We are currently out. We'll be back in 8 to 10. So remember the PAC, not the GRA, but the GRA PAC, with recent contributions backing Republican state Charlize Byrd. Okay, I don't know how much. Noel, I never pronounce her last name, so I don't want to get it wrong. I actually like her. And State Senator Greg Dolezal. Also, Colton Moore. Now, we're not going to gloss over anything. We're not calling anybody out. We're not calling any. These people could have gotten innocent contributions. Could have. We can't answer that, right? It happens in political contributions all the time. We don't know. We will look further into that. But these are the names in the article that are put out there, not me. Now, let's go back to Senator Greg Dolezal. The phone will be here to 11. He can call and he can put it on the recording, right? He can put it on the recording. Do you have that one, or do I need to look the number up, Diane? I can look it up. Let me see which one it is. Oh, you got it. Thank you, Diane. But we'll be here till 11. We'll put it right on the recording. Call. You could tell everybody. Now, the phone circle, he's saying, not he, the phone circle is saying maybe $2 million. Was he part of the hook? How many lawmakers out of the 300? You see, the Frost family, Brant Frost IV, sent those videos out and played on couples, older retired couples in the church, right? They're Christians, Sunday school teachers, churchgoers. Now, then they had their political side. They're conservatives, people you could trust, right? Was he part of the hook? We want to know. Now, take that down. As we continue, the First Liberty Building and Loan $140 million Ponzi scheme, $19 million in their pockets. At no time did they have any of their own money. We put this in yesterday, right? Number 15. This is the compliance officer. Go look yesterday. We did a full segment on this guy right here, the compliance officer. But don't forget what the government is doing right now with the civil action is moving to try to go against them, freeze everything up, and start looking for all the money. The criminal's coming. I do not think they made a criminal plea deal at this time. I don't think so. There's a crime here somewhere. So give me number 16. This guy right here, he's Jamie Sickert. He was the director of compliance for First Liberty Building. Okay? This is not his multi-million-dollar bankruptcy that he's been involved in. The investment made through CMI were highly risky. He was the agent. He was the sales manager for CMI Securities, Cornerstone Ministries International. Cornerstone Ministries International. Go look at their bankruptcy paperwork for about $150 million. He was in on. He was their compliance manager. He came on board, was helping. How much money did he pocket if the Frost family got to pocket $19 million? This is far from over. Now, so trusting, right? Now, if you call our offices today, operators is standing by. No, they're not really. If you call our operators today, they will give you an opportunity to advertise on this show. So when we go to break, I get final. This is exactly why you cannot buy a narrative. You cannot buy a narrative on my program. That's bottom line. They know that. They all know that, from the water boys to girls nationwide. They know me. You may think they don't, but you can't buy a narrative here. So when someone calls this office and wants to buy advertising, we send them over to the marketing department. Now, I have people that will tell you, I do not get involved in it. I don't, because what I never want to do is look at this camera, look at you, knowing that I made an advertising deal with someone and it could influence me doing a story. It doesn't happen. I don't do it. Ask anyone, ask a politician if I ever called them for money. You'll see politicians on their giving to the marketing company where they bought advertising, but never from me. I know this for a fact as what I speak. John Fredericks has, and John called me, and I'll tell you who it is. I will tell you who it is, John, if you want to know. But John Fredericks has made calls to politicians, putting pressure on them to advertise on the network. All right. Now, as I say that, I have full control of what you see. If something happens in that 5 minutes in the advertising and we don't agree with it and it's against our policy here, you won't see it. We won't sell it. Second, and the reason I tell you this is going to be big. Second, I do not personally endorse. If I have a product that I put on this table and I tell you to use that product, I use the product. So there's a difference when you do that. Now, the worst thing, and I wanted to lay that out for a reason, right? And don't forget, I had it here just a minute ago. I'm going to find it. I think I'm going to get it. I want to show you this for a reason, Diane. All right. Remember, no, not right now. I'm changing my mind. So, the worst thing that happened to the state of Georgia in politics in recent years, besides the Frost family, is this right here. And I'm telling you, I've said it for years. This is nothing new. Now, I have referred to him. How many times have I referred to him as the Godzilla of bullshit? 101, right? 101, the Godzilla of bullshit. There he is. John Fredericks. Now, you have to remember, John Fredericks came to Georgia after the 2020 election, set up shop, and he has done everything he can to destroy Republicans' possibility of winning ever since he got here. I mean, he is a drifter. He's a grifter. He's a gypsy. There's a lot of things, just my opinion on John. John and I have a love-hate relationship. We just don't like each other at all. We don't. We don't care for each other at all. But if he called me right now, I'd talk to him and say, hey, John, how are you? But we know the deal. Worst thing it came. I've told you over and over, we got to run him out of Georgia. But what does he do? He gets involved, and he's part of the corrupt spin, John Fredericks, trucking bullshit across the United States. John Fredericks, right? The Godzilla of bullshit comes to Georgia. That he will not tell me, but his segment, the Peach Pits or Peach Pass or whoever they are, who are they? The Peach Crew. Ooh, peaches for you. He set that up. Somebody pays for that segment. My full opinion. And when does he get here? Just in time to have Josh on there. And he has Josh on there, and Josh is fully endorsed, right? And he's just in time, and he has Sally, and he has Do-Shits on there. What's her name? Do-Naster? Debbie Do-Shits or Doolittle? Dooley. Sorry. Caroline, Princess. Remember, he had Princess, and they would have a show every week just bragging about Josh and bragging about how great they are and hating Kylie and hating Lisa and Pierce and so on and hating me. I was on there. I was, remember? Betsy Kramer, you'll never forget, will you? Huh, Betsy? Think about it, Betsy. If you don't know out there, we'll tell you later. So this is the worst guy. Now, here's where it gets really bad. Video 6.
Anyway, good to have you with us. I got Hung Cow coming up. Just want to finish here with Brant Frost. By the way, he's also the chairman of Coweta County, Georgia, and one of the principals of First Liberty GA. Go to firstlibertyga.com. They're in the commercial lending business, but they have a new program now. Minimum of a $25,000 investment. You can get up to a 13% return. Now you have to be an accredited investor. And they have done this for a long time, making a lot of people money, but they've done it privately. Now, we've urged them to open this up to those that participate in the Patriot economy. Brant, in about 2 minutes, sum up what this program is. If I've got $25,000 and I'm an accredited investor and I invested in your bridge loan company, part of the Patriot economy, I can get up to 13%. Just explain that quickly.
Excited to offer this now to your listeners and viewers and to the folks in the Patriot economy. We're advertising this now across the country. It's very simple. For years, we have been funding this program in-house with our own money and some friends and family, but now we're offering this to our fellow patriots. If you want to make a very good return on your money, and if you want to participate in the Patriot economy and get Wall Street returns for Main Street investors, we would love to talk with you. Go to firstlibertyga.com. Just take a look at it. Give us a call. Fill out the little form, and we'll reach out to you. We'll explain exactly the criteria. There is some criteria. This is not like a treasury or a government thing. There is some requirements. Obviously, there is some risk too. But we've got over a decade of experience doing these programs, doing these loans, over $100 million in loans we've made. And we have some great testimonials on the website from some folks who've been with us for a long, long time. It's one of the great pleasures and honors in our business to be able to help Patriot across the country. We've got retired teachers, we've got retired businessmen, we got retired ministers who have been part of this program, as well as doctors, lawyers, and everyone else you can imagine. We would love to have you as part of that. Go to firstlibertyga.com, take a look at it, see if it's a good fit for you. For as little as $25,000, you can join us. You do have to be an accredited investor, and go to the website and find out more about that. We would love to have you all join with us. This is how we grow the Patriot economy. You've seen this all across the country. New companies starting up, new firms starting up. We're a 30-year-old firm, but this is the first time we're offering this option to the public. Up until now, it's been, we've kept it close to the vest, but now we'd like to share in these opportunities with all of our Patriot brothers and sisters across the country. Go to firstlibertyga.com, see if we can help you earn up to 13% a year on your money.
Brant Frost, thank you. We love expanding the Patriot economy. Commercial loans, now we're in investing, we're in tires, you name it, we're in it. This is how we grow, this is how we fund our movement, and this is how we help out America First, MAGA Patriots. Thank you. FirstLibertyGA.com. Thank you, Brant Frost, for that opportunity.
All right. So, first of all, let me say this. John Fredericks has been receiving out of the Ponzi scheme, I'm going to call it a lot of money. To me, it would be a lot of money, maybe not to him, but a lot of money from the Frost scheme. Brant's in on it. Katie's in on it. Dad's in on it. While mom's position is to continue to groom and direct the two younger daughters probably on how to, manipulate people. They've got retired teachers. They've got retired pastors. Oh, yeah, these are sick people, right? Now, here's something Frederick said that caught my interest. We urged them to open this up. So Frost is pretending like that the oldest hook, right? Remember American Hustle? You remember American Hustle? Well, I do. It's one of my favorite movies. I watch it once a month so I can remember all the lines when necessary. So Irving and, remember that? And Lady Edith, tell him you can't have it. No. You can't get in. I can't let you in. Please let me in. It's the oldest scam in the book. Tell him you can't have it. And John Fredericks does not just say, this is another advertiser. John Fredericks doesn't say, well, this is an innocent advertising slot. John Fredericks said, we urge them to open this up. Like he called them and said, please give us all a chance. We urge them, open this up. Well, this was closed, John, but you called and urged us to. So we thought maybe we should. We're urging you. The level of deceit in these promotions is enormous. I know every scam out there. I grew up in Scamville. No, I really didn't, and I don't know where that came from, so I apologize. We'll reel that back in. I know these scams. I know them, right? The Rolex is not real on the street in New York City. All right, John Frederick. So now, this is nothing new. How much money? Remember this? Remember this when Brandt was running for second vice chair? Fredericks has been in on it for a while. Let's go with the endorsement. Where's the endorsement? Yeah, where's it at? I thought I had it. Yeah, give me video 1.
You did that. We did that. And I'm going to tell you right now that Brandt is a champion for election integrity. He's a fearless fighter for our values. And we need leaders like Brandt Frost who will fight to secure our elections and hold these politicians accountable. And Brandt Frost has my 100% full support and endorsement. You did that.
Every trick in the book. Every trick in the book. That's what I know. I don't come from Scamville. I got to be careful. I know every trick in the book. That's somebody came in. All right, so Fredericks, what do you know? When did you know it? How much do you have invested? Now, I'm going to tell you right now, we need to run John Fredericks out of our damn state on a rail. Run his ass out on a rail. He has caused enough problems in this state. He has caused enough problems with his peach shit every Thursday. John Fredericks needs to go. He needs to stop at the Georgia state line. You need to tell him I'm just telling you. I mean, I don't hate the guy or nothing. No. If he called me now, I'd say, hey, John, how are you? Trucking bullshit across the country. Keep your bullshit out of Georgia. Okay? Because right there. Now, he didn't just put an advertisement up. Well, he's on board. Well, this is Brandt. Wonder how much the Frost family sent him. Now, there's a difference. I'm going to give you a couple more. We're going to keep going because we haven't finished. Hey, Josh, listen up. I know you're listening. Or Q-Ball, listen up so you can tell Josh. But here you go, right? America. There's a difference in an ad and a difference. When Rush used to sell Snapple, remember that? Rush drank Snapple. When Rush used to have an Apple computer, he only used Apple computers. So you get a level of trust out there. These people that are listening, he urged them to open it up to everybody. Now, This one, I wonder how he sleeps at night. Give me video 5.
I want to tell you, this hour of the program is brought to you now by my friend. I mentioned them yesterday, and then they called out and said, hey, let's get back to sponsoring the show, raise awareness on this. First Liberty over in Noonan. If you are a small business and you need access to capital, but more particularly, if you need help with the Paycheck Protection Program, that is part of the stimulus plan where the government will, through a lending institution, loan you money to meet your payroll expenses. And if you maintain your payroll, they'll convert it into a grant. So it's a loan. If you reduce your staffing, you have to pay it back. If you maintain your staffing levels, it becomes a grant. But there is a limited pool of money. So the sooner you get your applications in, the better. And if you're looking for a place to help you, First Liberty Building and Loan, firstlibertyga.com is where you need to go. That is the Frost family. They're active in conservative politics here in Georgia. Good Christian family. I have known them for years. They are wonderful people. And I want you to engage with them if you are a small business and you need access, if you need help, if you're struggling to meet payroll for the next couple of months because of the virus. There is some paperwork you got to fill out. They can answer your questions if nothing else. But what you need to do is go to firstlibertyga.com. You can get the phone number, all the contact information there. Tell them I sent you. Or if you text the word data to 33777, I'm going to send you back a link, and at the top of that link, it has their phone number and website as well. Text data to 33777. You'll get their information. You'll also see all the information related to the spread of the virus in the state of Georgia and the nation and the world and the projection models and all that stuff by texting data to 33777. But in all seriousness, I do know the Frost family. I have known them for years. They are good people, and they can help you get these payroll protection loans from the federal government if you go to firstlibertyga.com. Be sure to tell them that I sent you, and they will treat you right. And again, I told people this yesterday, and it wasn't even an ad yesterday. It was just, I know them, they're good, go see them. And then they called me yesterday, and they knew I had mentioned them because several people had called them. And they said, well, let's turn this into an ad and start sponsoring the program now. So this hour is sponsored by First Liberty of Georgia now. And thank you to them for their sponsorship. And also they actually can help you if you need the help. And you should text data to 33777 anyway. I want
to. Folks, I played that for a reason. I know it was almost 3 minutes long. Eric Erickson. Now, I know that some might say, well, that was back in 2021 or whatever it was, or 2020. Folks, when Eric Erickson is reading this and telling his listeners how great the Frost family are, they're Christians. I've known them for years. You can trust these people. Go see them. I would go see them. They're good people. They're running a Ponzi scheme on that day. They're running a Ponzi scheme every time Fredericks is on. So, Eric Erickson, how do you sleep at night? Now, I want to go one more with the national media because this thing is going to blow up. Then we're going to come back, talk a little more about our convention. Look, people might say, move on. I have a question. Can you just move on from 2020 knowing it was stolen and rigged in Georgia? Can you? Because if you can move on from 2020 in the state of Georgia knowing it was rigged and you move on, let me know. But if you can't, then how do you just move on from our state convention? And I did not come on here to do a 3-hour show to say David Cross won. I didn't do that. I'm going to be clear. I came on here to let you know that the entire circle is corrupt. The convention was corrupt. The convention was rigged. We proved that today. We proved that by Katie being broke, being in a Ponzi scheme, at the same time that maybe one of her investors is running for first vice chair, that she tries to keep candidates off the ballot all the way through. We're going to get into that. Here's what you don't know is, did Josh win? You don't know. Someone said to me the other day, well, if the clickers were off by 2%, I about fell out of my chair. David still lost. What? That was, you had a margin? The fact is, the convention was rigged before David Cross got on the stage. The fact is, the convention was totally rigged before anyone handed you a clicker. The fact is, these people were broke. It was a Ponzi scheme. They're corrupt. The circle around them's corrupt. How many of their friends know about this when they're participating in the level of corruption? Jackie Hardling. Hi, Jackie. How are you? I hope you're doing well. Were you aware of this? Because you've been quite a frosty cheerleader, Jackie. Just saying. You know, are you not the one that's on one of those chat things I heard saying we have to be patient and wait for things to come out? Well, Jackie, if that's what you said, if it is, they've come out, Jackie Harling. Okay, anyhow, back to, where was I at? Oh, the circle. The whole thing was corrupt. So, what don't you want? The corn on the cob or the green beans? What don't you want? Was the damn thing rigged? If it was rigged, it was rigged. All right, moving right along. Now, here's where the national, this is not going to stop. Give me number 75, and I'll show you some of the headlines in a minute. This is Fortune magazine, right? Number 75. Now, this one's from Charlie. This is not Fortune magazine. Number 75, as you can see here, you're going to see. And I'm going to show you all the headlines that are starting to creep up. You'll see the New York Times soon. You'll see the Wall Street Journal soon. The AJC is really pushing this now because it's Republican. Banker accused of a $140 million Ponzi scheme. You got to watch. Kennebunkport, Maine, put millions on credit cards. Interesting. Now, this is number 64. And he didn't write it, but there's a website out there. I don't promote it, but it's called the Bulwark. Bulwark, right? Bulwark. And I think Charlie Sykes, a guy by the name of Charlie Sykes, I think that's his name. I think he has this. But look at this right here. A conservative media money machine faces some headwinds. For talk radio host Hugh Hewitt, Georgia financier and state Republican power broker Brant Frost IV was like a cinematic hero from one of those classic Hollywood movies. Hewitt saw Frost as a modern-day George Bailey, the warm-hearted banker played by Jimmy Stewart in Wonderful Life. In December, Hugh Hewitt called Frost Georgia's George Bailey. Folks, Erickson, Hugh Hewitt are all pushing money in these people's pockets and urged his audience to seek out Frost Lending Company, First Liberty Building and Loan. If your bank won't help you, he gushed, Brant and his team are a great place to look for help. Now, here's the one thing. Give me number 65. You could have these advertisers say, well, it's just a job. They paid for it. Someone out there on the other side, I take this serious. Diane knows, she takes it serious. We together take this serious and always know I'm looking at you, whoever you are out there this morning. I'm looking at you, and it's very important what I say here and look there is accurate, and you don't come away with well, BKP said this. So when Hewitt and these other people are like, George Bailey, and I urged him to do it, and I know these people. Give me number 65. There you go. But First Liberty wasn't pitched as a savior, just a conservative business owner who needed a loan. And it was advertised as a solid financial booster for the everyman conservative. One, Real America's Voice, a sort of online only version of Fox News right-wing media personality, John Fredericks, hosted Frost's son, Brant Frost V, to tout First Liberty's notes. These notes were a new kind of investment. First Liberty, $25,000. You can get in 13%. All of this was presented as a way to build up financial foundation to spread conservative causes themselves. See, the Frost family, as corrupt as they are, everything they did for Christians, you're building the kingdom. Let me tell you, that's scary stuff right there, Jack. Scary stuff. Scary stuff. All the ministries and all the, missionaries, you're helping build. You're helping get the word out. You're helping grow the message of the Lord. This is scary stuff, folks. Scary stuff. Then, over on the conservative side, you're helping us grow the conservative, the patriot economy. You're the one helping us promote it. You're a part of the growth mechanism. These are some devious, manipulating, corrupt people, Jack. All right, so let's see. All of this was presented as a way to build up financial foundation to spread conservative causes themselves. In its relentless advertising campaign to talk radio and other conservative media formats, they never called me. The Frost family promised to funnel the money it received into conservative businesses it billed as part as the Trumpian patriot economy. They sometimes sponsor conservatives like Eric Erickson, his show, and Eric praised Brant and his adult children as good Christian family. I know them for years, Erickson said. They are wonderful people. So take that down. Now, I have shown you several on here this morning of the circle. And we're not going to stop until we find out what you know, when you knew it, how much you know, how much you invested, were you in on it? We're going to ask all the questions. Diane, give me this one here. I know I have it here. Just a minute. Oh, they paid money out of their pocket for, you think we're going to get to 11 o'clock? We ain't going to bring up Debbie Dooley. Debbie, you just relax. I know you're all worked up, jumping up and down, barking like a wolf. All right? You relax. We'll get to you. We're not going to get through this. You're going to be part of the close here. We're going to wrap this circle together. I had it here a minute ago, Diane. Let me scroll one more time just to see if I've got it. Because I wanted to show you something about Katie and the group. Give me number. Maybe I just thought I had it. Maybe I got to find it during the break. Because when we come back, we're going to ask Michael Watley of the RNC what he plans to do about it. What's he got to do with this? We're going to ask Michael Watley at the RNC what he plans to do about this. And is he going to get involved? The RNC, is Trump going to get involved? I'm serious. Is Josh McCoon going to resign immediately? Yes, I'm not just saying that. Well, let's go ahead and take a break, and we'll be right back to close this up.
At Days Chevrolet in Jasper, we're proud because for more than 65 years, we've built a legacy of trust for the families we serve. That's why 80% of our business comes from repeat customers and referrals. When you treat folks as well as we do, word is bound to get around. Days Chevrolet in Jasper, family first since 1959. Days Chevrolet, Days gets it done. Together, let's drive.
Larry's Body Shop in Ellijay. Family owned and operated since 1978. The latest in cutting edge digital technology and state of the art equipment allow our iCard Gold Class certified technicians to restore your vehicle. Our second to none customer service will work directly with your insurance company. Major accident or minor fender bender, we take the dents out of accidents. Larry's Body Shop, North Georgia's #1 body shop. Visit us at collisiondecision.com.
Why give your money to liberal media companies? Put your marketing needs in the hands of a conservative marketing professional and start getting results today. FYN Media Group, one of the top digital marketing agencies in Georgia, specializes in website design and hosting, social media promotion and management, and so much more. Visit FYNmediagroup.com or call 706-889-3564 for a free consultation.
Welcome to El Rey Azteca Mexican Restaurant. We invite you to indulge your senses with our from-scratch authentic Mexican food. Whether you are hungry for fajitas or the El Rey Azteca burrito, we offer a wide variety of fine Mexican dishes, drinks, and desserts. Our inviting patio, indoor seating, and bar has a seat for everyone. So come to El Rey Azteca for delicious food, great drinks, good friends, and loads of fun in a casual and friendly atmosphere.
Ladies, when you wear elegant jewelry, you become a force to be reckoned with. You shine brighter than the stars in the sky, and your inner beauty radiates like the sun. So embrace the magic, embrace the elegance, and let your jewelry be a reflection of your true, authentic self. My friends over at North Georgia Diamond know what a woman wants. Go see them for the perfect gift. And remember, when it comes to elegance, there's no such thing as too much. Come see us at North Georgia Diamond. We're igniting passion one sparkle at a time.
In 1981, Reed Nicholson began selling tires out of an old barn in Mineral Bluff. Little did he know that he had just laid the groundwork for the most trusted names in automotive services in the Blue Ridge area. In 1997, Nicholson Tire Center became what it is today, holding the same values of faith, family, and great customer service. 2 locations to serve you, and the Blue Ridge location is currently expanding to offer fast service and the largest U-Haul provider in Georgia. Nicholson Tire Center, Blue Ridge, and Mineral Bluff.
This is a special report.
Knowing how to invest your money is harder than ever before. Dealing with stock market volatility, record debt, and terrorist attacks requires new thinking. At U.S. Asset Management, we can help you see the world more clearly so that you can move beyond the chaos and invest with confidence. Call us, visit us online, or drop by our office. U.S. Asset Management, helping you make better decisions with your money.
Mesquite Grill, now offering online ordering for your convenience. Check out our new website at mesquitegrillbr.com. That's mesquitegrillbr.com. The great food and service you have come to expect, ready for you when you arrive. Open 7 days a week with a fully stocked bar and friendly service. Bring your furry friends with you and dine on our pet-friendly patio. Also, check out our catering options and let us prepare delicious food for your next event.
All right, folks, welcome back to the Georgia Hour. We have this is the third hour of a special broadcast today, where in Georgia, the Georgia Republican Party, Georgia conservatives, Republican circles are very quiet. You can hear a pin drop this morning, except for your host, BKP, because of the financial collapse, $140 million Ponzi scheme, not just by First Liberty Building and Loan, but the Frost family, who absconded with 19 mil, according to reports, put in their own pocket of people's money. Everybody's trying to figure out how much money did we get from the Frost? Did we get it from the GRA PAC? Did the Frost give it to the GRA PAC? Like, where did we get the money from? Who invested? But we're going to wrap up now with a couple questions. 120. Ready? 120. Now, we know that all these people have been surrounded by the Frost, and the Frost family has been flush with cash. They have. They've been flush with cash. Now, they've been able to get people to jump how high for a long time. So there's two possibilities. There's three possibilities. One, you know everything going on. Two, you know nothing, but other than they're flush with cash and they put a little your way. Or three, you invested. But here is the spring training, and we're going to be asking Michael Whatley, the chair of the we're going to be asking Michael Whatley, the chair of the RNC, to tell us what he plans to do about this. Because the RNC has looked at Josh McCoon as being the chairman. Yes, Josh McCoon has been spoke of to be chairman of the Republican Party nationally. And there's his friend, Mongo, Jason Thompson. Jason Thompson is the Republican Party state committee man for the RNC. Jason Thompson's also the chair of the Lawyers Association for the RNC, or whatever they are. Yes, he's got a couple positions in there, and some pretty big. All the attorneys, the legal department or whatever. He's chair of something in there. So there's been a power play. Now we've shown you several Katie Frost, Jason Thompson photogs today. Now, that being said, Michael Whatley, what are you going to do? Now, I know what you think. You think we're going to get through the show, and what's this got to do with the price of tea in China? Well, I don't know the price of tea in China. You thought we were going to get through the show without none other than, I had here a minute ago. Oh, we're going to talk about David Cross in a minute. The Doonaster, number 102, the Doonaster. Debbie Doonaster, okay? Nasty little woman. Screeching little woman. Screeching little Debbie Doonaster, okay? Now, I don't know this for a fact, but she plays her part. She has a part. Now, she'll threaten to sue me today, and then her fake accounts will start out attacking me throughout the day and saying all kinds of nasty stuff. But the Doonaster there is talking with Jason Thompson. The Doonaster, well, wonder who was paying the bill this day. Give me video 7.
Who's going to lead this thing?
Well, I am an attack dog. So just to let you know, I am, that's why they focus a lot on me. And the way I look at it, if they're focused attacking me, they're not going to be focused attacking Josh McCoon. And I am the leader, but,
So this is the 9th District Convention. This is the 9th District Political Convention before we have the state convention. The Doonaster is there, right? And here she is, 103. And they brought into the 9th District. Michael Watley came in to be the speaker. There he is talking with Mongo. But what you see there is Debbie Doonaster. And you see Sally Grubhub from the back. That's her. Sally Grubhub and Josh, like we don't know, like they're having some sort of meeting and planning strategy. Now, what's this got to do with what we're talking about? These are all the circles, because we're going to show you before we leave. We're going to do a photo finish before we leave. Now, so Debbie has. There's been a lot of accusations. Now, Debbie, I know you get mad, so just relax there, Doonaster. All right? But here's number 28. When Debbie was participating with Josh and Brant Frost, right? We know at the time they got rid of me, this is Debbie Dooley, Brant Frost offered to use his poll to survey state committee members because in his poll, only folks the poll was sent to can vote. All right. Also, I didn't have the state committee member list. So when they got rid of me, Debbie is claiming she doesn't have the state committee member list. So she's working with Brant Frost to help remove me. She's working with Brant. These people have been tied together. Now, I'm going to say this. Debbie has got mad about a week ago. Was it a week ago? Number 26, right? And she threatened to sue me, right? Here you go. And she claims I lie, which, you know, I don't see how you have that. Is that I want 27. That's cue ball. That's at the convention blocking the microphones. Keep telling lies, BKP. You may have to prove it in court. I have never been paid one dime, maybe 2 dimes, 3 or 4, not one, maybe a 50. I don't know. Or received anything of value from anyone running for the Georgia GOP office. Anyone. So we don't know that, but I asked the question, Debbie, it's a question mark. We're allowed to ask, so you can hate me all you want. Have you ever received any money from the Frost family or a dark circle from the Frost? Because that's ill-gotten gains. I mean, you're going to have to disclose if any of that $19 million found your pocket. If, Debbie, I can say if. Quit getting all worked up. I'm telling you, this circle from the convention especially, these people have been controlling this corruption for God knows how long. So take that down. Now, you can't make this up. So, I want to run this right here. So we're at Josh McCoon, the chairman. And the reason Josh has to resign immediately. Sally has to resign immediately. David Schaefer has to resign immediately. Lori McLean has to go. Lori McLean has to go knock the door down of the Georgia GOP Inc. and say, we're going through everything. Karen Henshaw needs to take time off. Administrative leave. You're out of here. Okay? And you've got way too many pictures of Cue Ball and Katie Frost. You've got, they control the committees. They control Josh McCoon. Yes. We're going to show you 2 more things. Now, on this day here, 98. We're at the Georgia Republican Assembly Convention, right? And we're at the Georgia Republican Assembly Convention right there. Now, this doesn't add up. Josh McCoon doesn't add up. He never has. He always has plausible deniability. He has no leadership qualities. He's in the I don't know how he does it, because he's in the pocket of a dozen people, in my opinion, right? So there's David Cross and Josh McCoon. And David Cross stood up. Someone in the GRA asked the question, because David Cross at the last nominating convention made a derogatory comment saying a cancer about the GRA. And they asked him about it. And he cleared it up. David said this. Video 10.
Okay, I think that question was really more aimed at me. All right, so when I was at the nominating committee meeting last year, I said something disparaging, and I said that the GRA was a cancer on the Georgia Republican Party, but I misspoke, and I should have given a clear statement and said that the Frost family is a cancer on the Georgia Republican Party.
All right. Did you hear that, room? Did you hear that, room? Now, after that comment, which I've known that for years, okay? But David stood up and cleared it up. He took it off the GRA. He did not attack the GRA. He said the Frost family, right? The Frost family. Now, we've known that for God knows how long, right? Did you hear the room erupt in applause? Josh McCoon lost that vote that day. Now, David didn't get the nomination or didn't get the endorsement, but Josh lost that room. Josh, listen if you can pick up the anger with Josh McCoon. If you don't know him, this is the Georgia GOP chairman at this time, at this convention. Give me video 9.
I do want to just say, as to that last comment, I don't think it is credible to call yourself someone that can unify the party and then refer to flesh and blood human beings as cancer. Thank you.
Now, I don't think I could be the one to say I'm running and I'll unify the party, Josh, and refer to a family as cancer. You see, Josh will throw you out. He will turn against you. He has never done anything to unify us. But the Frost family, oh yeah. The Frost family, yes. Now, Josh McCoon has to resign immediately. Lori McLean has to go in the office and start preparing things, and there has to be a forensic audit. Now, I'm going to show you something just briefly. We all know about Josh's use of the credit card. Now, give me number 10. Remember, on 12/2/2024, the Georgia Republican Party had to pay a fine to the FEC for $14,500 for an infraction from the time David Schaefer was chairman. But Josh had to pay it. Then, don't forget, number 11, right? $22,000 in total of severance pay went to Travis Bowden. And here's his Christmas bonus. Don't forget that. Now, when we were bringing this up, the very first time David Cross brought up the finances, Josh actually said, I don't have the video, but you do out there, that it was laughable. Laughable. $140 million Ponzi scheme by the family that, in my opinion, controlled Josh McCoon, the chairman of the Georgia GOP, along with Charlie Kirk, along with a couple others. Woo. Now, number 12. Best Guest Media. Best Guest Media. Now, here's a triplicate. I've never got an answer. I've asked several times why these FEC reports had all these triplicates on there. And I've yet to get an answer. I haven't got one. Karen Henshaw should be walked to the door today and told, we will call you in the future. Period. We need to have Lori McClain go in there and say to Justin Rice, the executive director of the Georgia GOP, Inc., maybe Burt Jones, I'm going to say this nicely, maybe Burt Jones, candidate for governor, can call his friend Josh McCoon and say, take a couple weeks off, Josh. Just take a couple weeks off. We've got to let the dust settle. Because this what you seen last night, $140 million, $19 million in their pocket. You think this is over? You think they're just going to tamp it down? So, we had a rigged election. I don't know how you recover from that, but Michael Whatley, you know it was rigged, Michael Whatley, and that's something we are definitely against. Michael Whatley knows it's rigged, and we're going to get it somehow to some way to President Trump. So you think Josh Law? Damn it! From the minute we started, the very day, NDA, the very day, keeping people off the ballot, the very day, rigging forums. Cobb County was a rigged setup. The 3rd District, Katie Frost, we're going to get there in a minute. We're not done. Katie Frost stood up there at the 3rd District, rigged. Mr. Cross, you got fired. Tell us about it. It came from the audience. Oh, Kylie Kramer? You called Josh McKay This lady that gave those questions, one to Kylie Kramer and one to David Cross, like the people or not, was involved in a Ponzi scheme for $140 million. The lady asking the question that night was involved with a family taking 19 mil, buying watches, going on vacation, Kennebunkport, Maine. Let me regroup. Now, Best Guest Media. I want to know, and damn it, I'm tired of asking, damn it. I'm tired of it. I want to know, damn it, who the hell gets this media $5,000? Does this pay Best Guest Media out of New Jersey or wherever they at to get Katie Frost's ass on Fox News? And damn it, I've asked for the last time, and damn it, I want to know. I've asked for 3 months. Who the hell is paying Best Guest Media? Katie Frost was on Fox Sunday morning. Could somebody get the word to CNN, Fox, and whoever the hell is out there that Katie Frost, her family are investigated and may be on charges from the SEC and the federal government for a $150 million pond? Can somebody get the word out? I want to know. I just want to know. Call me up. We'll tell everybody at the same time. I knew that was going to happen. So anyhow, back trying to be calm. I know you get upset. You have to turn the volume down on the TV. Now, right after the convention, right after the convention, this happens. Because don't forget, Brantley, a.k.a. Brant, the albino rhino, is in charge of the GRA, right? He's in charge of the GRA PAC. Number 5, goodbye, GRA. After much reflection, right? After much reflection, we have come to the decision to resign from the Georgia Republican Assembly. We do not take this action lightly. Many of us lifetime members have helped the organization, the Georgia Republican Assembly, under current leadership of Alex Johnson and Nathaniel Darnell, have strayed from its original mission. I have a question. I do. Can I get my question in here? Was the original mission of the GRA to steal $140 million, $19 in their pocket? I don't know. I don't think that was the mission of the GRA. So right now, I'm not going to go after the GRA as it's lost its original mission. Really? So this comes out right after the convention, right? Number 5, the Georgia Republican Assembly under its current leadership, the conduct of the GRA president contributing to the entire chapter in 2024. We remain committed to fighting for values that originally brought us to the GRA. We will support principled candidates. All right, okay. So let's see who jumps off ship. Jason Thompson, number 7. Right? Jason Thompson, friends. We have that really good friend of Susie Voiles jumps off there all of a sudden. Brittany Brown. Katie Frost. She jumped off. Interesting. Candace. Denise Burns. Interesting. I mean, I want to know how many on this list are investors. Brant Frost IV, he got out on that day. Caroline Frost. The Roberts boys, both them damn Roberts boys up there in Hart County or wherever they're from. The Roberts boys. Rhonda Jacks. Joy Frost was in there. She's out. Okay. And give me number 8. Let's see. Alton Russell got out. Krista Frost got out. Krista got out. All the damn Frost. It's almost like the Frost said we're out and they all said okay. This is not, this mystery has to get solved of why these people could pull such a power play. Okay. Then we have Tim Ryan, one of the mic holders, and Cooper Jacks, the boy that's absolutely mesmerized with the, with Candace Taylor, and Joy Frost. We have that one. Okay. So, now that being said, that happens. And then a couple days later, not long after that, what's his name? Where's he at? I thought I had it. Let's try this again. There's the GRA. Ba-boom, ba-boom, ba-boom. There's the Doonaster. I got that one. Number 39. Right after this, frankly, I do not know how I can continue to maintain membership of the organization that is contemplating or planning to file civil action against the organization. Therefore, I regret I resign my lifetime membership from the Georgia Republican. Josh McCoon. Now, wait a minute. So, rigged election from start to finish. GRA members at the front. I had a discussion with GRA about this. I was asked a question. Are you attacking the GRA? And I said I won't retract this. On the day I made my comments, Brant Frost, Tim Ryan, the Roberts boys, right? Josh McCoon's a member. Candace Taylor's up there. Krista Frost. On that day, right? Everything I was seeing was GRA manipulated and controlled all the way through with the Frost family. So we have a rigged convention, a rigged election, right? Then right after that, like the snowball it is, we have the massive exodus of the Frost family, along with Candace and others, the others there, right? And then a couple days right behind that, And it was like, I think it was staged, like, I'll do it on this day. Josh McCoon is out. And then a couple of days later, First Liberty Building and Loan shuts the doors. And a couple of days after that, the Ponzi scheme can't be a coincidence. Now, Diane, here's what I want to do going into the weekend, and I'm going to be very brief, okay? We're going to go out what I call, we're going to do a little slideshow. So we're going to start at 1, and I'm just going to make a brief comment. This is Travis Bowden and Josh McCoon, chairman of the Georgia Republican Party. Travis needs to be as far away from anything Republican in the party as we can get him. Josh needs to resign immediately. This is number 2. This is Sally Grubhub. We have offered Sally Grubhub an opportunity to clear up as first vice chair whether she was in on Katie Frost trying to manipulate and keep Lisa Pierce from being a candidate, Katie Frost, right, as the chair of the nominating committee. Was she in on it? Was she an investor? What does she know? When does she know it? Josh has to come clean. He can't leave us alone. Number 4. We're going to go. I'm going to skip a couple. Number 4. There we go. There's Katie Frost. This is a nominating committee and her mother. Remember, Brandt said you got to control the committees, and they did. Number 13. We're going to jump to 13. Don't forget Brandt Frost. Okay. Brandt Frost, Coweta County, endorsed Josh. They're very, very close. Number 14, Greg Dolezal, state senator, actually needs to come clean. Did he invest? Is he a hook? What's up with him? Number 17, this is an email that Brandt sent to all delegates, right? Soliciting. This goes 17 and then 18, Susie Voiles. We're not going to forget number 19, okay? Number 19, there you go. The credit card that Josh McCoon used personally. Number 20, here's Josh, Candace Taylor, Brittany Brown. Now, Candace is a candidate for 1st Congressional District now. Former district chair, District 1 chair for the Georgia Republican Party. And she is the one that participated with the Frost, with Josh, to remove me, part of the plan. And then there's Brittany Brown, and they were all in the GRA. And Brittany Brown is now the current chair of the 1st District. So we want to know, does she know something? Is she's on the executive committee? Number 21. Don't forget, this is Mike Crane. Mike Crane is the chair, former colleague of Josh's as state senator, right? He's the chair of the convention. While he is standing there, very close family friend to the Frost, they're broke. Does he know it? Right? Number 26. This is Tim Ryan and Cue Ball together blocking microphones. We know that story. That's been covered enough, but that's 26. And then we got, there you go, Cue Ball at the convention. They blocked the microphones on purpose. Number 30. 30 is a recent family vacation that the Frost were taking that investors paid for, right? Let's not forget all these endorsements. We'll throw this in. Number 37. Don't forget Turning Point Action. The Charlie Kirk and Charlie's kids. How much do they know? Right? Did Charlie Kirk, Turning Point, ever advertise First Liberty? Did they? Check into that for me. Okay, and then here's a couple. Brandt Frost, number 46. The minority wanted to debate it, but unfortunately, due to their lack of planning and the lack of goodwill, due to the methods, okay, Brandt is sharing very clear, doesn't care, 47, that they manipulated and controlled the convention, right? The mics are open to anyone. On multiple occasions, Josh team, so he tells you that Team Josh was better, and they were better at politics, number 48. Rolling right along. How important it is to control committees. Josh appointed GRA member Susie Voiles. How important it is to control committees. Now, he was on the committee with Susie Voiles. He says it right there. If we had not controlled the committee, that never would have happened. Wow. I mean, they're very clear on the corruption here. All right. Give me 49. We controlled the microphones because we got there first. I do not apologize for being better at politics. Rigged election. Number 50. Now, Candace, she's taking a different turn. She's praying for them, right? Candace, I mean, are you in on it, Candace? I mean, I'm just asking. Narcissistic personality disorder. That's a diagnosis. Is an individual who cannot feel empathy for others. Grandiose view of themselves. And need for admiration. Hence issue the Georgia nerds and the obsession with the Frost family. Wow. Okay, where am I at? Okay, give me number, keep things rolling. Oh, I like this one because, see, here's number 58. I was actually here when this picture was taken. This is the Low Country Boil, the 2nd District Low Country Boil. Look at those amazing patriots right there. Now, here's what happens when you get rid of Brandt Frost. Number 59. You get amazing patriots. You see that? We outnumber these pieces of garbage. Look at those amazing patriots left after you just erase a Frost. Just showing you there. Okay, now got 7 minutes. So we have 92. We showed you Katie is part of the business right there. Then we're going to jump to 94. She's very close with cue ball. Just keep rolling there, Diane. I got a special closer today. You're going to like it. You're going to like my closer today for the weekend. Then don't forget, 97, we have Josh McCoon singing karaoke with a Dominion lobbyist. You can't make it, John Garth. Now, here's number 100. Here's Katie Frost at what? The 3rd District. Katie Frost is at the 3rd District. She's standing at this podium as the 3rd District chair in the state of Georgia for the Georgia GOP. At the same time, her family just got back from vacation on other people's money. The lady is broke. She's part of a corrupt circle. We'll wait for the determination from law enforcement on what parts. And she has the nerve to ask Callie Kramer questions and David Cross questions. Here's number 99. Josh gets up. She's defending Josh all the way. It was all a setup that night. Everything was, right? Don't forget this, 104. You're not going to like this, but I'm putting it up anyway. Maybe you guys should say, hey, don't forget, the Georgia GOP, thank you to my great friend, Lieutenant Governor Burt Jones, for the amazing endorsement. Don't forget, Lieutenant Governor Burt Jones endorsed Josh McCoon. Don't forget it, right? And then there's the wedding pictures. I just want to show you from the circle, 107, 108, 109, right? 107, Marcy got invited to the wedding. Interesting. Her and her husband. 108, Vicky Consiglio and her husband. And he was not the head of the Sergeant of Arms, but he was in control of some meetings. But there's the wedding, the Brant Frost wedding. They got invited. They were on the list. Josh McCoon, Jacqueline, Vicky Consiglio. Give me number 109. Here they are. Mr. and Mrs. Brantley. All right. Mike Crane's in that picture. Colton Moore's in that picture. Just got to put it out there. Here's Laura Trump, 112. Don't forget when Laura Trump come, right? Number 114. It cost like $5,000 a plate. Didn't it cost like $5,000 a plate? Josh Bragg. There's Vicky Consiglio, Jason, Katie Frost. And at the same time, number 115, there's Mama Frost. There they are. $5,000 a plate. Your money or someone's money. Number 116, there she is, Katie, right? And there she is, chairing the nominating committee. They're running everything. Number 117, here's a little picture of the nominating committee as they're getting ready to attack Kylie Kramer and getting ready to attack Katie Frost. Don't remember the nominating committee? Candace Taylor asked Kylie Kramer if she ever been smacked on the ass, and I don't mean from her mom. From her mom! When you grew up, did you ever get a good smacking on the ass? Because you needed one. I'm telling you, sister. That's not exactly how it was said. But anyhow, so they controlled this. And there's Jackie Harling down there next to Katie Frost. Just saying. And then they took a number 118. We need to know what he knows. This dude is mysterious. He's mysterious. He's a mysterious guy. That's Alex Kaufman. That's the Kaufman. He is the attorney for the Georgia GOP. His fingers is in everything. Mm-hmm. His fingers in everything. Kaufman needs to cough up what he knows. All right, number 119. Here's a little picture they took with Josh. Oh, here's one. Here's a group. I'm just showing you the circle. Somebody knows something. Oh, there they are. And they're a happy bunch, right? They party together, everything like that. Give me 121. Now, there's some people in this picture I like. I want to be clear. There are some people in this picture I really, really like. You got it? Okay. Let's go with 121. Oh, there is the Godzilla bullshit, trucking bullshit all across the country. John Fredericks, Vicky Consiglio. There's Alton Russell. There's Josh. There's Brant. There's Caroline Jeffords. There is Sally Grubhub. All right, here you go. 122. Here's Brantley with Sally Grubhub. 123. Here's a committee pick, right? Here's a good committee pick. Brant bragged. You got to have control of the committees. There's Brant in his seersucker suit, number 123. There you go. You see, Josh controls who gets on all the committees, but Brant lets you know you got to control the committee. Wow. A lot of power there. Hey, play our video. Don't go anywhere. I want to say this. I want to play our video, and then I've got a closing statement. It's 10:59 Friday. I want to play our video. We started a series of the Georgia GOP Karens because they cried about everything. They called me a racist. They called me anti-Semitic. They cried and cried. So what we did is we had someone that come up with a safe space. So every other day we would show the Georgia GOP Karens in a safe space so they would quit crying. And then we came up with the she-coons, like all in, Candace and what's her name? Katie Frost. They were all she-coons, right? Meaning no matter what Josh does, they're behind them all the way. From the makers of the GOP Karens, from the makers of the she-coons, comes video 8.
call you with a smile. Invest for a short while. The pitch is smooth as silk, they say, when they sell you the 18% payday. They tell you it's not yet your time, but with that money you'll climb the political vine. And before you know it, you're drinking mimosas with the bunch, returning favors over a Frost Sunday brunch. The first card's flipped, she's real shady. BKP, tell us about Frosty Katie. The next card's flipped, the loans he grants. BKP, tell us about Frosty Baby Brent. The next card's flipped, brings more drama. BKP, tell us about Frosty Mama. The last card's flipped, he'll pay the cost. BKP, tell us all about Papa Frost.
Any individual currently serving in the Georgia GOP, the Georgia Republican Assembly, or holding state or federal office in Georgia who received funds from or invested in First Liberty Building and Loan must come forward with a public statement before your name is made public by others. While the full extent of the fallout remains to be seen, we know one thing for certain. When charges are filed and the legal process unfolds, there will be people left harmed and financially devastated. To those individuals, we pray you are made whole, and we stand with you in your pursuit of accountability and justice.
I'm asking for the resignation of David Schaefer. I'm asking for the resignation of Josh McCoon. I'm asking for the resignation of Sally Grubbs. I'm asking Lori McLean, a dear friend, a great person I respect a lot. Go in there, get your ass in there now. Turn the tables over. Turn the financial tables over. I'm asking you to send Karen Henschel home on a leave of absence. Get in there. Let's do the forensic audit before the SEC comes in and starts going through all your books. You'd probably prefer to get this cleaned up and get this mess out of the way. I'm asking her to do that. You didn't hear me resign. I respect Lori McLean. Get in there and turn the damn tables over, okay? And I'm asking anyone in the executive committee that did invest, state committee, or delegates that were taken advantage of. You're welcome to come here and tell your story, but you cannot, let me just say this nicely, you cannot continue as a district chair. I'm asking for every Frost resignation. Krista Frost, okay, Josh, you need to let them go. You have to understand, folks, Katie Frost this morning, and I'm aware of, is still the Financial Oversight Committee. Laura, you need to call him and say, that ends today. Don't put up with his shit anymore. Josh McCoon, don't put up with Josh's shit. Now, that's bottom line. We put up with Josh's shit long enough, okay? I mean, I'm telling you, when the FEC, you think the SEC, this is not college football. Let me say, you think when the feds go in here, this door, the feds are not going in this door? Oh, you're badly mistaken. So I'm just saying, you cannot chair a district in the state of Georgia, Republican Party, if you contributed to these people. You cannot. You have to come clean on that. Now, you could have done it innocently. You could have, but you got to come clean. Same thing with county chairs. If you're a county chair out there, we're not knocking you, but you got to come forward. You cannot lead your group, lead your district, and not, if you come out and come forward, we'll take it as you were innocent, that you just thought you were investing money in a good fund. Because people, all right, if you were brought in, if you're sitting out there today and you were brought in by Josh McCoon, just saying, if you were brought in by anybody else because you were led to believe this was solid, go ahead and say it. This has to get cleaned up now, folks. If it does not get cleaned up now from internally, now get it over with. we don't stand a damn chance in 2026. I'm serious. You think they're not going to use this? Wow. So I'm just telling you, we'll come back Monday. We have a lot more. This is developing. I want to have a good weekend. About this time, I don't know where he's at, but about this time, you guys have met my little dog, Charlie. And, there's the old saying, you got to be able to look yourself in the mirror, right? Give me 95. You've met Charlie on the show. You got to be able to get up and look right at yourself in the mirror, right? This was great because Charlie found this dog in the mirror and could not figure out why this dog wouldn't play with him. This was really cute that day. But you got to be able to look yourself in the mirror, right, Charlie? And before we go for the weekend, don't hesitate to get in touch with me. Text me. If it's confidential, it will be. Nothing on this program has ever been discussed that somebody called me and said it's off the record. I do not do that. I don't do people wrong. If you need to talk, call me. Got it? All right. And enjoy the weekend and give me number 51. Whatever you do, have a good time. Enjoy the weekend. We'll be back Monday at 8. And don't get your Candace Taylor panties in a wad. I'll see you 8 a.m. Monday morning.